Turn this light down just a little bit, man, because that shit is kind of
flashing. Lights. Yeah. Y'all keep tapping the screen, man. Let's try to, if you can't send no gifts, make sure you tapping the screen. Over on YouTube, make sure y'all subbing up, leaving a like, leaving a comment. Over on B.A.A.S.H channel, make sure y'all subbing up, leaving a like, leaving a comment, man. This is the most important. This is the most conversations that are important that need to happen. And when we talk about the black community, it starts with what you believe in, what you believe, the lies, the misinformation, history, antiquity. This comes first. Those who do not understand the past are doomed to repeat it. So we got to know what happened, what did not happen, who's real, who isn't real, who existed, who didn't exist, and why these religions are 100% demonstrably false. This is not agnosticism. All Abrahamic religions are 100% demonstrably false from beginning to end. All religious literature, the Bible, Quran, Sefer HaTorah, Pentateuch, Talmud, Book of Mormon, Hadith, Sunni, whatever, Sirach, whatever you got, all that bullshit is false. Misinformation, propaganda, mythology. And so B.A.A.S.H and I are here. We're here to wake you up and free your mind. So we got the man. Y'all please tap the screen, because when B.A.A.S.H and I get to speaking, if ain't no moderators up here, we ain't gonna be stopping and checking on lights. I need y'all to do y'all part and make sure y'all tapping the screen, gifting the hosts, supporting the channel, man. Please, that is your duty. If you in the chat and you watching and you liking what you hearing, you learning stuff, please tap the screen. Please like the live. Please share the live out. Please. Let's do it.
Free your mind and the rest will follow.
All right,
come on now.
Like we always
what you got
say,
for him? What you got coming up, boss? Talk to him.
All right, y'all. Like we always say, we got the Black Atheists, Skeptics, and Humanists cookout coming soon.
Amen.
Yes, I'm going to be making those T-shirts. I see that T-shirt from Skeptic Gal. Don't worry, shout out to Skeptic Gals, but I'm gonna go ahead and get us some T-shirts as well.
Yeah, man, get us some, man.
For sure. It'll come in black. It'll come in white. I'll have the brown one and I'll have the white one. But yeah, let's get that workout in. Please follow me on my YouTube channel, Volcy Thoughts, VOLCY Thoughts. Yeah, come on through to that channel. I go live Thursday through Sunday. Sundays is with my brother Black Atheist Rants. All right, that's what we do on Sundays. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I'm doing my own thing. This month of November is my religion month. Next month in December is going to be my politics month. So y'all gonna be seeing me talking to a lot of MAGA folks. All right, I'm talking about a lot of MAGA folks, a lot of conservatives. They love to come to my channel, to have those conversations. So if you're a type of person that is into politics as well, I love politics. I love talking about policy and how we can do better in our society. I do consider myself a leftist in the same vein as Huey P. Newton and Malcolm X and MLK. That's my leftism. That's my politic. All right, I'm black leftist, so that's my politics. If you enjoy that, come through in the next month so we can start talking about that. And other than that, follow me, please. I'm trying to get up there. I'm trying to get where my brother Bar is at.
And I'm gonna be there too, cause like I told you, man, when I listen to you speak, I'm like, shit. I need all of that information. Hold on, Kayla. I need all that information. Blessed Queen was in the request first, so we're gonna let Blessed Queen go first. She was the first person that requested. But Volcy, man,
hey man, I appreciate that.
When you speaking, bro, it's power in them words, man.
Hey man, I appreciate that.
I done learned just the little time I've been knowing you. I done learned a lot, bro. I'm telling you, man. It means something. It means something to have you on this bitch, for real.
Hey, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that a lot. The fact that people could come by and say, they learned something or they appreciate what I put out there that's all I've ever wanted. You know what I mean? To make some changes to our society as well. You know what I mean? That's how. Give me 1 second.
So,
hold on,
Kayla. Hold on, Kayla. Blessed Queen did request first, Kayla. So we're gonna let her go first.
Can I request my sources back?
Well, hold on, Bless Queen. How old are you?
I am over 21. You don't remember me off of what's your name line? And I was like, Jesus is real, and you like, Jesus not real. I need my sources.
Oh,
You kind of muffled a bit.
Yeah, you muffled a little bit.
I'm sorry, I'm sick.
I know. Hey, been there, done that. Been there, done that. Yeah. So you said you're over 21. What is you're a Christian, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's cool. So tonight's topic is black people should not be Christian.
Why? Why y'all think that?
Right, because Christianity is false and it was used to subjugate and commit crimes against descendants of Africans and black people in the continent of Africa and in the Americas.
I also believe that Christianity forces us to give up our spiritual heritage, which is what we've seen a lot of times. I'm Haitian, as a matter of fact. For example, for my people, they demonize Haitian voodoo a lot. My wife is Jamaican. Jamaican obeah is demonized over there as well. Over in Cuba, you'll see a lot of demonization of Santeria and the DR as well. You go over to Africa, to West Africa, a lot of the spiritual heritage that they had, they have to, even though they do still do a lot of the festival practices, they have to make sure that, that they tell people that they're still, beholden to Jesus instead of just doing what their ancestors did. And because of that, you have a lot of people who get a lot of very, very anti-black and white supremacist ideologies because of that. And that's not only just because through Christianity, that's through Islam as well. So I don't think we should believe Muslim or Black Hebrew Israelite. What do you got to say to that?
Yeah, I agree with the Israelites. I don't like them like that. Because they doctrine as well.
You gotta get it. You gotta reposition the mic because it's a little muffled.
Oh, let me come back then. I'll come back.
Okay.
I'll come back. All right.
Okay.
No problem.
Use some headphones next time. Kayla, how old are you?
I'm 33, sir.
Okay, and what is your what's your religious indoctrination?
What I have been taught to believe is Irish Catholicism.
So Christianity.
Yeah, that's Christianity.
No, Irish Catholicism.
Okay.
Catholicism is Christianity.
Yeah, that's Christianity.
No, it's not.
Do they believe in Jesus Christ?
The first church.
You do know Catholicism is the mother church. Yeah, the mother church is Catholicism.
Okay,
all other denominations came
after from it. I understand that.
So we can't act like the mother church ain't the original.
No, it is the original, but we also don't look at Christians as something to believe holds because. And also, I don't hold much of it. I believe I hold this denomination simply for the fact that this is what my grandmother
taught me. Do you accept the Lord Jesus as your Lord and personal
I'm
Savior?
trying to understand something. Kayla, I need to understand something. Do you accept the Lord Jesus as your Lord and personal Savior?
You like to have Jesus as your Lord and personal Savior.
I'd like
you
to.
are one of those people who are baby Christians.
You like to have Jesus as your Lord and personal Savior. So you are one of those people who are baby Christians. You're getting into the faith now.
I'm not no. My grandmother. I was Catholicized as a very young child.
Okay.
I don't see.
So okay, wait, why did you come up here? Because the topic is black people should not be Christian. Why did you come up?
Well, because I know the need for a lot of people is not because they believe, but because they need something.
We already had. So if you were listening to Vossi earlier, we had.
Unfortunately, I didn't get the benefit. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, like Vossi was saying earlier, we had spiritual systems long before there was a Christian anything. So when you say people need something, we had already had it, and they demonized it and forced this on us.
I know.
Right.
I do not. I do not question that. That is absolutely correct.
Right. So
I know
black
that
people
as a
shouldn't be
fact.
Christian, right?
Right, we shouldn't be
Well,
Christian.
no, I don't think anybody
Okay,
should
but
be
you just said
Catholic,
that you identified
Christian,
as
anything,
Irish Catholic.
honestly.
Okay, but
Cool.
you just said that you identified as Irish Catholic.
I do specifically
Okay, so
because
in
my
Irish
grandmother gave
Catholicism,
it
do
to
you
me,
all
and it's
accept the
really
Lord
hard
Jesus
for
as your
me to
Lord and
give up.
personal Savior?
Okay,
Cool.
so in Irish Catholicism, do you all accept
Okay,
the Lord
great.
Jesus
That's
as your Lord and
Christianity.
personal Savior?
We're supposed to.
Okay, great. That's Christianity.
Well, Catholicism is more unforgiving, I'd say.
Okay, so we're gonna
Especially Irish Catholicism.
Right.
cool. I think we
So
need.
it's
Yeah, so
more or
the thing is,
less the worst
the thing is,
type
So
what's
of
weird about that
Yeah,
is
so
that
you,
so
the
you're
thing
holding.
is,
Catholicism you
y'all were
can.
given
the thing is
this religion
about
as
what's
well.
weird about
So
that is
shouldn't
that
you
the
also
Irish were also
not
colonized.
be
Y'all were given
Catholic either?
this religion
Because
as
y'all were
well.
given
So
Catholic
shouldn't
by
you also
by the
not
Anglo-Saxons.
be Catholic either? Because y'all were given Catholics
No, I know.
by the Anglo-Saxons.
So you're saying you know, but you're saying you're holding on to it because of grandmama.
Hmm.
You shouldn't do that. So we're gonna move on, but
But it feels like the only way to hold on to her.
well, that I understand, but like Vorsi said, why would you want to hold on to something that was forced onto her? Too. She doesn't know. She may be maybe she didn't know that it was forced on her people, or maybe they had no choice, or maybe they were indoctrinated. But you shouldn't hold on to it for her because I'm sure. Well, I can't speak for her, but if she knew better, she wouldn't want to practice a religion that was forced on
as far as I know
your
about
people.
Irish
So
people,
we're gonna move to the next.
at all. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, and
One
as
thing
far
that
as
I
I
would
know
just say
about
from
Irish
just
people,
a
they don't fuck with they don't fuck with the Brits at
perspective,
all. You know what I mean? And one thing that I would just say from just
you don't lose your
a
grandmother.
counseling
Mute up.
perspective,
Yeah, I was gonna say
you don't lose your
Mute up,
grandmother.
mute up, family. You don't see my brother
you don't
talking.
Yeah,
Mute up.
I was gonna say to Kayla, you don't lose your grandmother just because you don't hold on to her religion anymore.
Right.
My grandmother on my dad's side practiced Haitian voodoo.
You know what
I
I mean?
respect it, but I don't
Knowing her
practice it.
lessons
But
and
I
what she
hold
taught
on
me
to my
as a
grandmother by
young
the
kid.
memories that I have of
My
her.
grandmother on my
You know what I
mom's
mean?
side is a Protestant
By
Christian. I
knowing
love her
her
very
lessons and
much.
what she taught me
She's
as
declined
a young kid.
over the past few
And my
years.
grandmother
And
on
when
my
she
mom's
does
side is a
eventually pass
Protestant
away,
Christian. I love her
I'm
very
gonna hold
much.
on to her the same
She's
way by the
declining
lessons she taught
over the
me,
past
by
few
the love
years,
that she
and when
gave
she
me
does
about her
eventually
memories.
pass away,
You don't have
I'm
to
gonna hold
hold
on
on
to her
to
the same
something
way
that
by the lessons she
you
taught
don't
me,
think
by the
is
love that she
correct
gave
or
me
you think
about her
is false,
memories. You don't
just to
have to
hold on to
hold
the
on to
memories
something
of
that
your family
if you
members.
don't
You
think
can still
is
love and miss
correct or
those
you think is
people
false,
without that.
just to hold on
But
to the
this is
memories
not a counseling
of
session,
your
so we're
family
gonna move
members.
on.
You can still love and miss
Inu,
those
how's it
people
going?
without that. But this is not a counseling session. Let's go ahead and move on. Inu, how's it going?
Well, before we do, I do see we got TP as of right now. TP is the only moderator I've seen in the chat. So TP, man, handle your business. I appreciate you, bro. To the people watching, man, make sure y'all tapping the screen. Let's try to get to like 7 to 10,000 likes before this conversation is over with, y'all. Man, thank y'all for supporting and tuning in. Okay, I got you, Juke. I got you. Yeah, go ahead, Vossi.
No.
Oh
Hi,
yeah, I was
no.
just talking
How's
to
it going,
Inu.
no?
Is that your name, Inu?
Are you at least 18? And what is your religious indoctrination?
No. All right, no. How's it going, no? Are you at least 18, and what is your religious indoctrination?
Yeah, I'm older than 18. I'm a Muslim.
Cool. How you say you're over 18 and you're a Muslim? Black people shouldn't be Muslim.
That's like an oversimplification.
Well,
Why not?
because Islam is false, and Islam, just like Christianity, was used to justify a lot of violence towards Africans and Black people, and the same way that the Christians used the dumb diverses as justification to enslave Black non-Christians, Muslims use I actually just learned about this today. Muslims use what's called the takfir, the doctrine of takfir as justification to enslave black non-Muslims.
All right.
And just as an aside for that, because that it gets even worse after that. They use those to enslave black people and black Muslims. But the Arab world is one of the most racist places you'll ever visit and be in your life. So I don't see, why, because Nigerian Muslims have spoken about this before. Every time they go take their Hajj, they're treated horribly over in Saudi Arabia. They're treated horribly in Northern Africa. They're treated horribly by their so-called Muslim brothers. Why should anyone be part of this culture that's just gonna treat us as unequal and treat us as inferior?
Yeah, that's the beginning.
Also, Islam is false. If you look at
that's the beginning. Islam is false.
because this is not it's not really a debate. It's actually, you're here to learn from us. We're here to teach you something. So before
this is not a debate. I'm here to debate.
Right. So why do you think black people should be Muslim?
I'm here to debate. Okay. So number one,
black people should be Muslim because
number one, I'm a Nigerian Muslim.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
I'm a northern Nigerian Muslim.
Cool.
The doctrine of takfir that you just said was being used against black Muslims as a justification to enslave the pagan surrounding tribes so that they would be able to sell those pagan tribes to the North African traders.
It was also used, It was also used as, because the number one reason why, when the Arabs came in, the number one reason why black people were converting to Islam.
Tell me one Arab invasion.
Cool, I got you. So when you look,
tell me one.
So if you
tell
look
me
up,
one.
Cool. So if you look at when the Arabs come in, you got to go back to Christianity, because Islam comes out of Christianity. So during the, if you look at what happens after the Council of Chalcedon, there was a Christian dispute between the Monophysites and the Chalcedonian Christians over the nature of Christ. And so Justinian and his wife, they commissioned a man. They commissioned a man to go and evangelize to the Arab world, and out of that, that's when you get Arabs becoming Monophysites. Right, during the 7th century, there was no Hold up, gang. I'm gonna mute you. Yeah. So during the 7th century, there was no Islam yet. Those Arabs coming in and taking over that Byzantine territory, they were Monophysites or Miaphysite Christians. So the reason why the Arabs came in and were taking over that Byzantine territory is because of after Justinian passed away, they broke their alliance with the Chalcedonian Christians, and they wanted to take over. They got tired of being under them, and they took it all over. That's why the Arabs originally came in. There was no Islam yet. Now, when Islam forms a little later, this is when you see things like Africans converting to Islam to keep from being enslaved, because although African nations were strong enough to fight off the Arabs, which they did, they were kicking their ass. They were strong enough to fight off these Arabs. The Arabs were, it's like physics. The Arabs were faster. They were on camelback. So they were attacking individual Africans, small villages. And so it was basically convert to Islam in order to keep from being enslaved. But when I mentioned the takfir, this was the loophole that, because Africa's not a monolith, there were some African nations who did business with the Arabs because it was profitable. Money talks, bullshit walks. So the Africans that did convert to Islam and that did do business with the Arabs, they converted to Islam, and the Africans that did not want to be enslaved converted to Islam. But what happened is the loophole, slavery, the trans-Saharan slave trade was so profitable that the Arabs and the Africans that aligned with those Arabs, the loophole was takfir, the doctrine of takfir, where even though these black Africans have converted to Islam to keep from being enslaved, we're going to make up reasons to call them apostates. We're going to make up reasons to say that they're false Muslims, and we're going to still enslave them anyway.
Sir, everything you just said is
Historically, no, it is not.
completely false.
No, it is not.
I want you to tell me
Slow down.
He said
Slow
that's
down.
historical
Slow
backing.
down. Slow down. He said everything I said was false. Who is that? Is that? I think I. Oh, that's Yule. Okay, what's up, Yule?
It's Yuri.
What's up,
Yuri,
Yuri?
bro? I hope you're well. Yeah, everything the host said has historical backing.
Yeah.
There
Okay,
were a lot
listen.
of.
I want to pose a challenge to you.
What is the
you
challenge?
please
Pose a challenge to you.
What is the challenge?
The challenge is, during the Umayyad Caliphate, there was one Arab army that tried to invade Sudan. And the Arabs were defeated. That is the only example of an Arab army entering sub-Saharan Africa and trying to maintain control. There is no.
I got you. I got you. I got you. Do you know what? Do you know what? I want to make sure I'm pronouncing this word right. Do you know what Sahel is?
Sahel, yeah, that's correct.
I'm from the Sahel.
Right. So is that how you pronounce that word? I can't pronounce it right.
Sahel, yeah, that's correct.
Right. So they didn't go all the way into sub-Saharan Africa. They weren't all the way there, but they were on the.
It was Black Africa.
The Sahara and the Sahel.
Listen.
Right.
West
But no.
Muslim West Africa.
Okay, no.
Trade. It wasn't any.
Right.
There wasn't any.
Right.
force.
So no.
Wait, slow down. Hold up.
No, slow down. So yeah, okay. So yeah, you are correct about like the Mali Empire, right? They did convert in order to have trade. It was more of a political thing than an actual thing because Arab explorers, when they went to the Mali Empire, they saw that a lot of them weren't even really practicing Islam. They would do their animism, and a lot of their women were allowed to have friends, which is what the Arabs didn't do. You see what I'm saying? So that's something that we had. My issue with how Islam has changed Africa today is that if I were to go to your part of Nigeria and declare Islam to be false, am I going to get my head chopped off or taken to jail or be arrested under blasphemy laws? Would that happen to me?
Where are you from?
Answer the question.
Answer the question, bro. If I were to go to Nigeria, to northern part of Nigeria, no, stop. When we talk, you be quiet. If I were to go to the northern part of Nigeria right now and shout on the mic, Islam is false, will I A, be attacked, B, be beheaded or killed, or C, be sent to jail on the blasphemy? Which one will happen to me?
Bossy, I'll answer your question right now.
Answer it.
If I went into your house and insulted your mother, what would you do to me? That's what would happen to you.
Bro, hold on. Wait. Stop. No. This is analogous because I'm not physically attacking anybody.
If you assault somebody, of course.
This is completely disanalogous. If you assault somebody, of course, people are going to defend against the assault. That's a physical assault. I'm just simply declaring that this is a religious belief that I think is false. Why should I be arrested or assaulted for that?
You need to know how to answer this question.
If I was to enter...
All right.
I'm going to drop you if you don't answer the question.
No. You need to know how to answer this question.
Fuck you.
Got you. No problem.
All right. Kiss our ass.
You ain't said but the word, my boy.
You, how's it going? I see that you were an ex-Muslim. I'm sorry we couldn't get you more into this, but go ahead and stay up if you want to educate more Muslims as you like. All right, Yui?
Well, yeah, Vossi, but Islam, like I told him, and to all the Muslims that think they're gonna come up, you're gonna lose because Islam is false. Islam comes out of Christianity. If you look at the conflict between those Christian schisms, that's where you get Islam. So anybody who's up here trying to say Islam is the way, it's not. Baal, is that your name?
Sir.
How old are you?
51.
What is your religious indoctrination?
Okay, I don't subscribe to any misinterpret definitions, but what I can tell you, I am with SWAT Ministries under Louis J. Armstrong.
Who is your God? What is your God's name?
My God name is Melchizedek or Thought. I am the Lord. Thought. I am Thought. I am.
Bro, what? What the hell does that mean? Do y'all use any like type of religious texts?
The King James Bible.
Cool.
Okay, so you're Christian.
Cool. You're Christian.
Okay, Ball.
I don't subscribe to what people say out their mouth because of misinterpretation of the word.
Okay, Ball. Let me ask you this question: Is Jesus your Lord and hold on, Ball? Is Jesus your Lord and personal Savior?
So you Hebrew Israelite?
No, Jesus is the Messiah and the messenger.
Jesus is the Messiah and the so you Hebrew Israelite?
Yeah, that's what it is.
I am, but I am not a Hebrew Gentile, which most of these so-called Israelites call themselves.
Cool, that's fine. Well, we can go ahead and clean you up real quick. So yeah, there's never been an Adam, Eve, Abraham, Noah, Isaac, Jacob, Hagar, Ishmael, Israel, Solomon, David, Moses. No, none of those people walked this earth in human form. Why would you be following this false mythology as a black person?
Because it says we wrestle not with flesh and blood, but principalities. Now, these people and these things that people think are real are actually principles in the Bible, for instance.
Cool. Black people shouldn't practice what you got going on. What do you say?
The Bible's all about black people.
Historically, it's not. Do you know where the Levant is?
Okay, can I ask you?
Do you know where the Levant is?
I'm sure you're gonna talk a lot to tell me, but go ahead.
I don't have no monologue. It's a yes or no. Do you know where the Levant is?
No.
Cool. The Bible's not about black people.
Okay,
we're not. Listen to me. We're not Armenians. We're not wandering Arameans. We're not Edomites. We're not Levites. We're not Hittites, Cushites, Tittites, Assyrians, Babylonians, Palestinians, Canaanites.
Why do you fellas like to talk 50 words to a person's one?
All right, because Ball, the reason why we do that is because when we have these type of conversations, we're giving a lot of information out, right? And
so am I.
Man, we got plenty of guests, bro. He ain't got nothing for us. He ain't got nothing.
You won't let me talk.
We'll let you talk, but it has to be actual conversation. If we say something, you have to actually have a point, all right? So this is what I would say. When you claim that the Bible is about black people, what you need to understand is that it was written in an area where black people were not frequent. Yeah, sure, there were Ethiopians over in the Levant. They were Somalis over in the Levant. Those are black people, right?
Sir, you know what? I hate to interrupt you. Hey, Ball.
Shut up.
I got it. It's all right.
Yeah, cool.
We ain't gonna let them disrespect you like that.
Yeah.
Miss Baker, what's up now? What's up, Miss Baker?
Miss Baker blesses us with her heathen beauty. How's it going, Miss Baker?
Don't be smiling like that. Don't be smiling like that. Don't be doing that, love.
Man, y'all.
I love the smile. Don't be doing that.
Thank you. Y'all tap the screen, man. Let's try to get to 20,000.
Trill is a friendly, by the way.
Okay. Jordan, how old are you?
I'm 19.
What is you sound like a Muslim. What is your religious indoctrination?
I'm Christian.
Oh shit, my bad. I ain't mean to do you like that. Yeah, Christian. My bad. I thought he was a Muslim. Yeah, Christianity is.
Why Muslim?
You sound like a Muslim. Are you ex-Muslim?
No.
Okay. Yeah, Christianity is false, and black people shouldn't practice oppressive mythology used to subjugate and colonize.
He already said.
Wait, so why do you think that black people shouldn't be Christian? Like
I just told you.
I just came.
He already said. Well, it's not about people.
Sorry,
Vossi, did you hear what I said, Vossi?
Yeah, I definitely heard what you said.
Miss Baker, you heard me?
So Jordan,
absolutely.
Okay, I'll just make sure. True, you heard me. I'll just make sure everybody heard. Go ahead, boss. Go ahead.
All right. So Jordan, when we say these things, here's the thing that I'm gonna say to everybody. This is the rule, all right? When we talk, actually listen. Don't listen to respond. So Jordan, Bar already said why we think that black people should not be Christian. It's because it's an oppressive mythology that was used to enslave us, and it's simply untrue. What is your response to that?
I don't see why it was to oppress black people at all. I just feel like isn't it just about like Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, very quick with it. Because
how did our ancestors even become Christian? What happened?
Damn, bro.
Because before the
quick with it.
yeah, very quick with it. Because before we met the Portuguese, because it was the Portuguese who were Christian, it was the Spanish, it was the Brits, they were all Christian. Before they came to Africa, we weren't doing Christianity, we were doing something else. So how did our people become Christian?
Out of political reasons. For example,
I don't know.
It was slavery and colonialism, my friend. Now, there were some who converted out of political reasons. For example, King Alfonso I of Congo, he converted out of political reasons. He wanted more trade with the Portuguese. But the Portuguese immediately started enslaving the Congolese. You know about that? Okay, great. So now that you know about that history, and because I'm willing to bet that if you were to do a matter of fact, let me ask this first. You're a person of black descent?
All right, so
No.
if we
No, okay, so you're white?
test, right? I checked my
Yeah.
ancestral
Okay, you're white. Okay, cool. So that's something that you just don't know about. All right, so if like, for example, I took a DNA test, right? I checked my ancestral history. It all came up the Congo and Western Africa. The Congo and Western Africa is where we know where the slave trade happened. And who was slave trading? The Spanish, the French, the Portuguese, and the Brits. Those were all Christian empires, as documented Christian empires. That's the way Christianity got into Africa. So why do you think we should follow a tradition or religion that was completely foreign to our ancestors in our land?
I don't know. Yeah, I just don't know.
So that's about white.
Why?
It's about white.
It's
about white, Jordan. Unless, yeah, Jordan, you should you just gotta educate yourself, bro. You're 19,
Yeah,
so you got
that's why I'm
you got
here.
time.
I'm trying to get educated.
Cool, but we're not here to educate you and things stay the same. You have to educate, and then you have to get rid of the bullshit.
What have I said that's bullshit?
No, it's not. It's not what you said. It's once you know better, you have to do better.
Right, and I haven't even had the chance to do better. You just told me that right now.
Yeah, I got you. So I'm not going to ask because I know you haven't heard of it, and that's not a knock because I didn't hear it. This is not like common information. But if you look at, I'm just give you two, and then we're gonna let you go. So three things you should look into if you want to understand Christianity and how it spread. You look at the Dum Diversas. The Dum Diversas is what the Europeans used as justification to go into Africa and reduce all non-Christians to permanent slavery. Then you look at the transatlantic slave trade. You got to look at the Romanist Pontifex because this is what they used as justification to turn Africa into an arms race. You know, bringing in an influx of pew-pews and trading pew-pews for prisoners of war, fueling the slave trade and turning Africa, turning internal conflict into like an industrialized competition to get pew-pews. That's how they got the slaves for the slave trade. And then you look at what's called the doctrine of discovery, where the Europeans said all lands, all nations, all areas, all land masses on the planet that are not already Christian, we have the Christian right from God to go in and take it all. There go your history lesson. So go and look those three things up. Go to my YouTube and watch this live back, Black Atheist Rants, and then come back. All right. Let's get to the next one.
All right, cool.
I didn't mean to invite that person. My bad. Damn. Everybody ran from. What's up, Trill?
Talk about that Muslim. You know that Muslim family I told you about in my last job.
You talking to Volsy? Talking to me?
I was talking to Volsy.
Okay. What's up?
Although for you, Black Atheist Rants,
I'm listening.
Bar. Actually, I've been following you since you first did your YouTube thing. I remember you.
Damn, for real?
Freestyle. Yeah.
Oh yeah, with me. Hey man, shout out Oz, man.
Yeah,
shout
man.
Out
and what was it? You were working at the what's it?
Security. So you OG of the channel.
Oh.
God damn. That nigga been rocking with Black for a minute.
Yeah, man. So good seeing you. You know, being where you at, man. So congratulations to you. I don't have a
that's what's up,
soundboard, but Yeah.
I appreciate it, bro.
You're welcome. But Bossy, so long story short, I don't want too long. Yeah, so the black Muslim family, so who are I found out how long their family has been Muslims, and they're civil rights Muslims. You know, usually have you have the Muslims, fresh out of slavery, who were Muslims before, but not actually able to practice their faith. And then, you had the Reconstruction Muslims, and, Jim Crow Muslims, and you had Civil Rights Muslims, right? So that's where theirs start from. And, basically they had I think his brother and his cousin were working on the same site. It's like, dang, all these black Muslims right here. Dang, I can't get rid of y'all. Then I went to another site. I thought, okay, I guess I ain't gonna see no more black Muslims. No, it turned out that these guys they weren't family, but basically they knew each other, right? It's like, dang, there's another black Muslim. So apparently in the Union, at least in Atlanta, they heavy with black Muslims, I guess. Like, just from my experience so far. I mean, so. But yeah, man, like, dang, I was like, dang, is Allah trying to get me? What Allah? He's trying to say something, man. Say something.
Yeah, there were a lot of people who were Muslim and were forced to convert when they got enslaved. So it's a sad
these
story.
Are, like I said, they're civil rights Muslims, and their fathers. I don't know if they went to prison or not, but that usual that stereotype of black men going to prison and then turn to Islam for structure, because I guess Christianity wasn't giving them much structure. So I don't know if it's that situation or not. I ain't asking because I didn't want to get that deep into it, But yeah, man, yeah, I thought that was fascinating. See so many Black American, not from a different country, no, like Black American Muslims in a tiny pocket. Like I thought that was
Nation of Islam.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. There's even a lot of them down in Florida, and I was surprised about that because one of Nation of Islam mosque number 29 is down in Miami. It's right next to the projects. Matter of fact, yeah, they heavy down there. Who else? The Israelites too. The Israelites are heavy down in Miami. The Israelites in Miami are usually Haitians. Yeah, I mean they be out there in Little Haiti, shouting in front of a Haitian restaurant telling us not to eat pork. Don't eat the griot. Don't eat the griot. It's it's demonic. They're like, nigga, we eating our griot, bro. We eating our griot. You know what I'm saying? So
what Power Rangers you got down there?
We our Power Rangers are the Haitian version of Power Rangers. You know what I'm saying? They be speaking to us in Creole and everything. And it's like, nah, bro.
We got the purple ones down in Charlotte.
They got the purple ones up there? Yeah, ours are the purple ones too. Ours are the purple ones too, yeah. We got the purple ones. Oh, man, talking about telling us not eat our griot, bro. That's a staple of Haitian culture, and they telling us not to eat it. Like, hell nah. The fuck you mean we ain't gonna eat it?
They're always going to be purple. They're always going to be purple because of the origin of where it stems from comes from purple. So they'll always be purple.
I saw other colors before. I think I saw blue before, and I think I saw some other ones.
There actually are some other colors, but purple's the main one.
Probably did, but the origins of it stems from Phoenician. It's purple. It stems from that. So you're going to always see purple. That's why they wear the purple. It's ancient. It's an ancient tradition for it to be purple. Purple means royalty.
It's
so
when y'all come
I
down
always
here
wear
for the Black
purple.
Atheists, Skeptics, and Humanists Cookout, I'm gonna give y'all some Rio.
Yeah, Juk said tasso too. They tell us not to eat tasso. It's when y'all come down here for the Black Atheists, Skeptics, and Humanists Cookout, I'm gonna give y'all some griot and some tasso, and you're gonna call the Power Rangers crazy for telling us not to eat it, because when I say this, it is amazing. It is amazing. All right, guys. Sorry about that. We kind of got sidetracked. Let's talk to Nick. Nick, you still there?
Yeah.
How old are you?
Old enough. I'm in my 30s.
Cool. What is your religious indoctrination?
It's not an indoctrination. I'm a
what
Christian.
Is it? Cool.
By choice.
No, it's not.
By choice. Cool. Christianity is false.
Okay.
And black people should. Yeah, Christianity is false, and black people shouldn't practice false mythology used to subjugate and colonize the continent and the people.
He just said.
So why do you believe Christians is for, or why do you specifically believe black people shouldn't practice it?
I just told you because it's false, and it was used to subjugate, colonize, demonize. It's a weapon that they used to commit crimes against black people.
Ancient Africans used to pass
And they also used it to erase a lot of our historical and spiritual heritage. Because the way that ancient Africans used to pass down our history to each other was through things like, the statues and stuff like that, sculptures, tattoos, scarification, singing and dancing. That's the way that we passed down a lot of our history, a lot of our culture. That got interrupted due to Christianity because they said that these little statues and little masks that we have are demonic. These sculptures that we have are demonic. The scars that we put on ourselves, the scars that actually were family history, is demonic. So now we have hundreds and hundreds of years of family history completely missing because the Christians told us this was quote unquote demonic. What's crazy about it as well is that it was used to steal from us because Picasso is credited with inventing modern art, which actually changed the entire landscape of politics in this country, in the Western world, and his art was African. So they stole it from us and created an entirely new philosophy that we already had. Everything in modernism, in modernist philosophy, is something that Africans had said for hundreds of years, but because we didn't have the sculptures, and because we didn't have the scarifications that we had due to colonialism and Christianity, we could not pass it down, and we lost all the credit that we could have had because Picasso stole our shit.
Yeah.
We ain't lose all of it. It was misplaced.
Okay.
Misplaced. You're right.
So you're saying that because a bunch of people went into Africa, and they did disrupt a lot of like the natural way of life in terms of like the way people were doing stuff, and changed a lot of things. But I will say this, right? Has there been a problem with the way they carried out what they did? Yes. There are a lot of issues that I agree with, but that doesn't necessarily make the religion itself false.
That's what the religion is designed for.
Literally. The religion that you have is based off of that.
So I
appreciate the gifts, y'all. Thank you so much.
I disagree with that statement, but just let me finish, and then you guys can.
Okay, go ahead.
So I disagree with that statement that that's what the religion was designed for. I don't get that from reading the text of the book.
No, you wouldn't get it from reading the text. You have to get it from reading the text and then also reading other texts and also paying attention to history. You can't do it from one book by itself.
Okay, well, but if you don't mind, if you let me finish.
I'm just saying. You said you didn't get it from one.
I heard you, but if you don't mind, if you let me finish.
Yeah, I was just saying you wouldn't get it from one text.
So Nick, you said that. No. I'm just trying to get clarification. Because according from what we're understanding, from what we've seen, Christianity has been used as a weapon, and the religion itself is designed to be weaponized, right? Because of text that says spread this across the world, don't be unequally yoked, several verses that seem to weaponize the belief. You're saying that when you read the text, you didn't get that. What did you read, or how did you interpret the text to not get that? Go ahead, Nick.
So, the Bible saying spread this around the world, or going to preach. You also see there, it tells you how to do it. If you go talk to someone, you tell them about the faith, and they reject it, doff off your sandals and move on. It didn't say kill them, tell them if you don't do this, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna enslave you, or whatnot. Is that what people did? Absolutely. There are a lot of people that did that. But just please,
it definitely does say that.
Okay. Man, can she stop interrupting me? Like when you guys are
So
speaking,
okay,
I literally.
we've heard. Listen, we've heard this before. Like that's why
No,
she's cutting you off because Miss Baker, myself, Voss, we've heard this 100 times over. We're trying to get you to the point because there are people watching that.
okay, so I'm just gonna consider a little bit and then I'll keep quiet so you guys can speak. And also, you know, a lot of like, yeah, do I agree with the way it was spread in Africa and everything? No, I don't. Does that mean that there were not like issues already, like wars going on in African countries before these people came with with the way they chose to do things? No, like things happen, wars happen, societies change. It doesn't and it because these people were practicing what they were practicing, it doesn't necessarily make what they were practicing right. I'm talking about their religious practice. I'm not talking because Christianity is it's a religion, right? I'm talking about just religious practice, not necessarily just their other societal practices, right? So when we're just talking about religious practices and stuff like that, like I don't think we necessarily just use like unjust wars to determine that this is wrong or this is right.
All right. So Nick,
we got you.
we got you, Nick. All right. So a few things. First, you were talking about what did they use to force conversion, because you said that's not in the text. Actually, there are several verses in the text that are talking about forced conversion. For example, Matthew, where is it? Okay, actually it's Acts. Acts 17:30. It says, "In the past, God overlooked such ignorance, but now He commands all people everywhere to repent." These were some of the also not just Acts, but also Ephesians, where it says, "Slaves, obey your earthly masters," and also Genesis 1:28. Be fruitful, multiply, fill the earth and subdue it. These are some of the verses that colonizers use to force conversion. You know what I mean? Now I understand that there are verses that you have that says to just give the word and has no command to forcibly convert people. That's all good and well. Like we accept that that's in the Bible too, right? But all that shows that the narrative contradicts each other, and that people can take any words from the Bible and use it for their own selfish means, as you already admitted. The second issue that we have here is that Christianity rises and falls on two things: the resurrection of Jesus and original sin, Adam and Eve. We know for sure, 100%, that original sin is not true because Adam and Eve did not exist. So now we will have to go to the resurrection of Jesus, but that causes a problem because if there is no first sin, there's no need for Jesus either. So, and when it comes to resurrection, we have zero evidence that is true. So now we have to go back to the original sin, which we know is not true. So that's why we would say that Christianity is false. What do you say, Nick?
Okay, yeah. So, in terms of the verses that you read, I can go into them in detail to just say that you're definitely reading them out of context, but it's totally fine. You can choose to believe what you want to believe in that front. I'm not here to necessarily change the people on the panels, their minds or perspective. I'm more.
Can I just clear one thing up? Yeah, you can. But can I just clear one thing up?
I know.
Nick,
because we know it's false. We know it's false.
Yeah, that's your belief.
So Nick, I'm gonna let you land, but I just needed to clarify one more thing. This is not me simply reading out of context and believing this means that we should force convert people. What I said was colonizers use these verses in order to they interpret it in their lens to subdue and forcibly convert people. That's what it was used for. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that these verses mean that. I'm saying that this is what it was interpreted for. Now you can.
Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Hold up.
A lot of people do stuff for selfish.
Wait a minute.
I can give.
Hold on.
Nick, stop.
Just hold on, because we don't have to do all this because we can really clean you up real quick. So when Christians get to talking about how basically the religion was used wrong and that's not what the book says, y'all don't know history. You're not even supposed to have Bibles right now. The person that translated this Bible into English and was passing them out against the church's will, he got executed. The Bible is not meant for the common man. It's meant for the theologian and the church to convert and keep you docile. It's not meant for the common man. The only reason why you have Bibles is because of William Tyndale. So when y'all go to the scripture and y'all are saying, hey, look, the scripture says this good verse, I'm like, you're not even supposed to have it. It's not meant for you. It's meant for the church. It's meant for the papacy. It's meant for the papacy. It's not meant for the common man. When you look at what was going on in Europe before, colonialism and all of that stuff, majority of the country was illiterate. There was no one reading Bibles. The only people that had education prior to the what is it called, the Renaissance? Prior to the only people that had education prior to the Renaissance was the church. Everybody else were fucking idiots. The only reason why y'all got Bibles because a man.
Can I respond? Because he spoke, I was speaking, and then you cut me off. If you don't mind,
I cut you off because we trying to. We ain't gotta go through your whole.
Okay. You wanna talk to someone else? All right, I'll leave. Thanks for. Seems like you don't. Yeah, maybe you're not entering the conversation. So I mean, I thought we're having a good conversation. No, but it seems like you guys don't want me to speak. It's totally fine.
Okay, let's try it over. Why should black people be Christian?
Understand our question. The question isn't.
If you want to be Christian, be Christian. If you don't want to,
that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
See if it's the.
It's all right. It's all right.
Nick, try to understand our question. The question isn't do we have to or not. It's why should we? If I told you, you already dropped them. My bad.
Yeah. Well, see, the problem is they speak about religion as if everybody gets to like it's a bag of M&Ms. Pick the green M&M. Historically incorrect. We were not given a choice. Our people were not given an option on whether or not they gonna eat Whataburger or McDonald's. No, y'all. We have been colonized and subjugated, and they're coming behind the colonialism and the imperialism and the subjugation. Exactly. They're coming behind that and saying, you now get to choose your subjugation. No, we can't speak like that.
Exactly.
I be trying to, man, look. I gave him the flow and he wasn't taking us nowhere. He talking about what's in the whenever they get to speaking about the content of the Bible, they're the weakest link. You are the subjugated, and when you are defending the religion from inside of the book, you're a slave. They got you right where they want you at. Right around the finger. You're a slave. Well, the Bible say turn the other slave. Follow your master's religion.
Slave.
Slave. Fucking Canaanite. Quail, how old are you?
I'm 35.
And what is your religious indoctrination?
I don't have a religion. I don't believe in it.
Say it loud and proud,
I don't believe in that.
I don't have a religion.
I grew up in it, I grew up in it, of course, but none of it even makes sense. Like if you just read the book without a context, without anything, with just logic, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make no damn sense at all.
Not one. It seems like a fool trying to teach you something. Like, what is going on? Like,
because they were all they were all illiterate. The entire continent,
that's
they were
what
illiterate.
I said. They didn't even speak the same language.
They were slow.
And they just gave you this book and was like, I mean, I feel like their God works great for them, but it doesn't do nothing for us.
Y'all want to know why they actually had I'm sorry, go ahead, Ms. Baker.
Like, I ain't gonna say the people that fall into it was slow. You're not slow. They were super smart. I feel like
I'm talking about the Europeans. Prior to the Renaissance, the Europeans were slow. They didn't have they were not educated.
Yeah, we had to teach them how to wash their ass. Basic stuff.
No, but on some real shit though, are they not slow down?
Yes.
Well,
not to be disrespectful.
I don't know. They God works pretty well for them.
Well, they're slow.
But what I'm saying,
I don't think that same God works for us as black people.
Listen to me, y'all.
No, absolutely
They're
not. What I'm
slow,
saying
but
is
they
that
are.
they still is it? But is it any different though?
No,
because the moment a black person says something is tight or something that black people like, do they not follow behind it?
They're slow, but they have power.
Right.
You got to see. They created the discipline of history. They created it. When you look at the
power.
When you look at the Renaissance, I found out the only reason why they had a Renaissance is because of the guy that invented the printing press. I can't think of his name. Gutenberg. Man, thank you. The guy that invented the printing press, Mr. Gutenberg. He went into debt and couldn't pay it off. So he borrowed money from Johannes Fuss, and he couldn't pay him back. So they took his printing press, and the very first thing they printed, y'all, was the Bible. But then they started printing all of this literature.
So they had to.
But remember, the entire country was fucking idiots. They had nobody that could read it. We gonna print all this literature and nobody can read it. So they had to go. That's when you get the Renaissance, where they start actually learning and being more. That's when the discipline of history comes out.
Yeah, but that's what, the 1400s?
Renaissance? Yeah, no, it was before the 1400s.
Yeah.
After the 1400s. I mean, Renaissance literally just means rebirth. It just means rebirth.
Yeah, they were slow. This when you... Man, look,
you gotta think of the whole history, though. They came over to America to do what? To practice their own religion because
and
to divide and to conquer and to have power. The people that came over here were the poorest.
Well, you gotta understand
they come over here and practice their own religion because when they came over here and tried to come over and colonialize over here, they unalived. They did not understand anything that was happening. Like. And when we're talking about these people, right, and we're talking about, and they believe, like, oh, we're superior, y'all could not even survive.
Yeah, they still killed and destroyed. That's what they did, and spread disease.
Literally, they left Europe, went other places, and then was unalived by the masses in other places. Like, they needed the natives in those other places to help them survive.
Well, what y'all gotta,
that's what I'm saying.
What y'all gotta understand is people, there's nowhere else in history where a group that's this, they say they're superior, but when you look at other continents, people don't go out of their way to try to go to other continents and colonize and take over. People who are content with themselves, they don't do that. There's never been an African version of the Dum Diversers, or an Asian doctrine of discovery. The Europeans do shit like that because they're inferior. Yeah, I gotta go enforce Christianity everywhere because I'm not content with
missionary trips.
With the shit stains in the.
Buddhism isn't doing missionary trips. You know what's funny is like when Europeans went around the world during the so-called Age of Discovery, like every single report was like these people saying that, yo, what the fuck, these people smell. You know what I'm saying? Every single report of the first meeting of Europeans has always been, what the fuck, these people smell. Yeah, I mean, horribly. The Japanese, the Chinese, Africans as well, because we had palm oil. You feel me? Palm oil smells amazing. We had soap. You feel me? We had soap made out of the nectar in certain flowers. So it's like every single where they went, horrible smell, horrible.
And the crazy thing is that they said it themselves. Like, this isn't even black writers saying this. You feel me? Because black people wasn't allowed to write or publish a book for hundreds of years until after this shit happened. These are European white explorers that are saying, hey, by the way, we went over here. These people are civilized. These people are this. Yeah. They're good people. This, that, and the third. They know how to do this. They know how to do that. And we're basically just shit. That's what they're saying in these books.
And so, y'all got to understand that people who don't have physical evidence of their history, they have to create literature. You see, Africans didn't need literature because everything about us is on the wall. We got monuments, we got statues, we got tombs.
Fucking and say it again.
We got tombs.
Monuments.
We got fucking wonders of the world. They still trying to figure out how we did it. You go to Europe, they have books.
As a matter of fact, remember what I was saying?
Moses.
Christianity interrupted a lot of
Ain't no Moses. Well, Abraham.
As a matter of fact, remember what I was saying before how Christianity interrupted a lot of our historical thing. You know, over in the UK, right? All those bronze statues from the Benin Kingdom. Those bronze statues, what I learned, they actually tell the stories of the kingdom from the beginning to the end.
See what I'm saying?
So now, because we don't have those bronze pieces anymore, stories of the entire stories of our kingdoms is completely missing because those bronze statues aren't there anymore. So we had ways of writing that were completely unknown to them. Matter of fact, the walls of Benin, people they still can't don't know it because according to, if you really think about it, things like math and fractals and algebra, that was kind of intuitive because the way that the kingdom of Benin was set out, it was set out in a mathematical pattern, and the children knew how to get around, right? So it was kind of intuitive. It was like, oh, you just have to add this, add that, add this, add that, and there you go. You see what I'm saying? So it's like they had a way of knowing math that even the Europeans didn't know about. You feel me? But all of this was taken away from us.
Well, see, you can get
The thing is, and I love both of y'all. I love both of y'all up here. I love my black man. I love both of y'all up here. But I'm going to say this, right? When it comes to mathematics, right? And I'm going to say this because I recently just learned something about it, and I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. You feel me? Is when it comes to mathematics is, I don't know how to say it. Mathematics it's black people that created it. We know that, right? But
women specifically.
What it is, thank you, women. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, that's why I thought you were gonna say.
I thought you were
but I didn't want. I don't want to. I don't want to divide us.
No.
You feel me? Because I don't feel like anything needs to divide us.
Only hit weak dogs holler.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
When you speaking like that, that's about us. Those are our aunts, aunties, nieces, moms, grandma. That's us. That's us. That can only hurt people who don't identify with who they. If you talking about black women, you talking about that's my mama. You giving my mama credit.
There you go.
Only the inferior weak ones be like, why you talking about? What about the? Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Right, and I didn't know if y'all felt that way. That's why I was like, I don't want to come off like this.
Of course.
But you know what?
You gotta unlearn the religion and the misogyny and all the other stuff too.
We have to unlearn the misogyny. We gotta unlearn the gender wars. We gotta unpack all the gender wars.
You see the black man. Yeah, we need each other. We're a team, you know. Yeah,
we do, and that's why I was saying I didn't want to come off like that. I wanted to say it, but I didn't want to come off like that because yes, at the end of the day, we need each other.
We know about when God was we know about when God was a woman. We know.
Right.
That's something else that I wanted to bring up as a matter of fact, because when the Europeans colonialism and Christianity in particular, it interrupted a lot of the social aspects of what we had going on. A lot of areas in Africa, especially the Akan tribe, the Ashanti Kingdom, a lot of these places were matrilineal, where like the property and everything like that, it passes through the mother. You see what I'm saying? And like it was like women were the ones like who were the administrators and everything like that, and men were what were the enforcers. I'm not saying that they didn't have any intelligent men, but a lot of the intelligent bodies of planning and stuff like that, it was the women and the men carried it out. And when the men carried it out, when the men carried it out, and we say, oh, there's something new here. You know what I'm saying? That's when we would think on our feet and said, okay, we got to do this and that and the third. You know what I'm saying? That's was working together. You know what I mean? It was like, okay, the women got together, see how things are going. Exactly.
Honestly, I didn't want it to be like, but you know what? Now I feel comfortable now. I already felt comfortable with you, black atheists. You already know that. I already felt that, but I didn't want nobody else to feel offended by me saying this. But and I'm happy that y'all are black men that's intelligent and understanding, and y'all are securing our masculinity to understand that.
The ones that ain't, they be fucked up about this shit. Yeah.
They be so fucked up, bro.
Have y'all seen? Do y'all know what heavy is? Heavy is the crown. Any of y'all know what that is?
Oh, heavy is I know. Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Yeah, but there's like a he's a black man. He basically he like dives into like history and shit. But he just came out with a thing called Heavy is the Crown. Have y'all heard of it?
I have not yet.
Oh my god, y'all have to watch. Y'all have to watch it. I know y'all will love it. Like just the fact that y'all not insensitive about what you just said. Y'all are gonna love it. Not just that, because it's not just that. That's volume 2. You feel me? There's a volume before that, but volume 2 is basically talking about black people and how we did so much shit, like how we discovered mathematics and how we did this and how we did that and how the black man is. You know, the protector. Like, I know y'all will love it. I feel like y'all need to watch it.
Definitely. I definitely will. I'll check that out. But before we do that, y'all, we're not at 20K yet, and I'm pissed off. Y'all better get us to 20K. Y'all better get us to 20K because we are waiting for more of the opposition to come on up, any Christian or Muslim or B.A.H.I. who would like to speak with us. Y'all need to go ahead and hit those likes. You know what I mean? Let's get us to at least 25. Let's get to 25K, and then we can go ahead and make sure that we get more people in here. If you're watching me over on YouTube, shout out to you. I know it's Sunday night, so there's a lot of y'all who are free. I shared this on the Discord, y'all, so if you click this on Discord, thank you for watching. And if you're seeing this on Instagram, thank you for watching over there. I'm going to go ahead and check some of the comments on any of the YouTubes until we get someone to come up. But I'm definitely gonna check that out, Ms. Baker. Heavy is the Crown. I gotta check that out.
Remote.
Yeah, there is. It's like it's a long document. Like there's different ones. Like so, the first one is like 2.5 hours, and then they had like a one that was not like published, but it was published. So they have that one that's like 2 hours, and then he just came out. He put out the last one a couple of days ago. But it's amazing, and I feel like it's a lot of information. Not say that it's a lot of information. And if you don't study into history, you probably will get lost in it if you don't look into history.
I love history. That was my favorite subject in school. I absolutely love history.
Too. I love history.
Yeah, I used to hate history because I thought it was all lies. But it's like you have to. It is all lies. Yeah, everything.
The one that we're taught.
Yeah, but you have to go behind that, and you have to learn the truth about antiquity.
Right.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you forgot your.
I'm gonna put in the chat.
Yeah, put it in the chat.
Yeah, if anybody, and I'm gonna say this because I bought the first video. And I rented the second one. I'm gonna buy the second one in a couple of days. I ain't had the money to buy it. I had rent, you feel me? And all that shit. So I just rented it. But if anybody wants to watch it, I have it until the 18th. So if you want to watch it, honestly, and I'm saying this, if you honestly want to watch it, I can give you the information on my thing so you could go into it and watch it.
Send me the name of the documentary. Send it to me.
I got you. Yeah, but I got you. But I'm just saying, if you want to watch it, like I paid for it, so you don't have to. But if you honestly do want to watch it, I will give you the information so that you could watch it yourself and not have to pay for it. I'm going to buy it though. I'm going to buy it because it's information that I need to have for my generations. You feel me? But yeah, I don't mind giving out the information so somebody else could watch it. If you are honestly, if you want it, you have to honestly be. That's what you want to actually.
to promote the channels.
Then I'll give it to you.
All right,
Definitely. What did Trilla? You said that I forgot to promote the channels. Yeah, you're right. All right, y'all. Oh, the cookout. Yeah. All right, y'all. So, quick commercial break. The Black Atheist Skeptics and Humanist Cookout is going down next year in Central Florida. That's what Black Liberator was asking about in the chat. But I'm gonna get to you, Black Liberator. I saw you asking about that. So, it's going down in Central Florida next year. Our homie Bar, Black Atheist Rants, is going to be performing. So y'all make sure y'all stream all his music so we can go ahead and I'm gonna get that stage. I'm setting it up right now. I'm gonna get that stage. We're gonna have Bar perform. If we don't have any stage, that's all right. I'm gonna get some speakers and a mic. He's definitely still gonna perform. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and have him perform his music. Hopefully, the only poet can come through as well. If you are a Black atheist skeptic or humanist or a spiritual person, doesn't believe in all the Abrahamic religions and everything like that, you are also invited too. If you are just a true agnostic, you're a person that says I don't know and I don't have any belief either way, you also invited. So anyone who's already deconstructed from this toxic religion, go ahead and come through the Black Atheist Skeptics and Humanists Cookout. Now, oh yeah, age. 18 up, please. And if you still live with your peoples, make sure that your peoples know where you are. I don't want to get any calls talking about my 19-year-old son, my 19-year-old daughter went to Florida not telling me. I am not getting those calls for y'all ass. Make sure your parents know where the hell you are, please. And I'm sorry if you, I might just make this 21 and up just to make sure, but we could do 18 and up for now, and make sure your parents know where the hell you are so they don't come after me, all right, and don't come after Bar. And make sure they know that you're deconstructing too. Alright. The reason why it's gonna be in Florida is because that's where I live and that's where I know everything. I couldn't do it in Georgia. I don't live in Georgia. Couldn't do it in Texas. I don't know anywhere around there. But maybe next year it can be in Georgia or Texas, or maybe it can be where Bar is at. Bar, you over near Tennessee, right?
Yeah, I'm in Memphis, but this
Memphis is not a good place to go to at the moment. Memphis is a little Memphis is a little hot. Yeah, if this listen, if this was Florida, if it was Orlando, maybe back in 2013 or 2014, I would be like, nah, don't come to Central Florida back in those days, because Central Florida back in the 2014, 2015 was horrible, bro. So yeah, I would love to do it in one of those areas, but I think it's gonna go down second week of June, because the third week of June is Juneteenth and Father's Day. So I don't want people to take away from their kids, and I know on Juneteenth y'all may have obligations that y'all want to do in y'all states. So it's probably gonna be second week or fourth week. We'll see which one it's gonna be. But remember to come to that. I am gonna have T-shirts. Those are gonna come out soon, and every single month until June, I will be hosting a live, giving details, making RSVPs, taking shirt orders, and giving out, hotel details, our Airbnb details, anywhere near the park where I'm going to be holding it at, so people will know where to go. All right.
Hey, Valsi, as far as Georgia, I don't think you should do that one either, because that's Mandita's territory. That's Black non-believers. That
is Black non-believers territory. That is their territory.
Matter of fact, they have a annual. This year was their first. It was Revival of Reason. I went to that one, and it was pretty cool. We gotta
support them too, though. We gotta make sure we support them too.
So
we do gotta get tapped in with the Black non-believers, man.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. We gotta get tapped in with them, definitely.
Yeah, and there's actually I won't say family friendly, but like you can bring your kids to, like, if you have kids, you want to bring them if you live in Georgia. I think like the first day, it's basically a 3-day event. It's like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I think the beginning, the early portions are pretty family friendly, and then kind of like later on at night, it was more. I don't want to say it was adult, but like basically they play music and stuff like that. So usually the kids are in the hotel or back home, at that time. But yeah, it was pretty cool. I mean, so if you want to go to that one, if you can't make it to Volsey's, hey, I think theirs actually going to be before yours, if I remember right. But I don't know when. I haven't put up a date, but I think it's like $100. It does cost money. I think it's like $125. in 2025 when I went. So it wasn't bad. It's like, again, they ran out of venue, had food, drinks, stuff like that. So it wasn't bad. Like it's actually a reasonable price for what you get. And it's a good, again, 3-day event. Well, decent venue. Unfortunately, it's not close to public transit, so you definitely gotta have a ride. But it was cool.
Cool. Definitely, because I do want to get tapped in with Black Non-Believers as well. I want to get tapped in with Mandisa. I'm in the Facebook group, I think, but I gotta check it again. I'm not sure.
Isn't there like a Florida chapter somewhere or something like that?
I don't think so. So
check in. If not, just check in with her. I know there's a process to forming a chapter. Again, you can contact Mandisa for all that information. I know we have one in obviously we have one in Charlotte, and we're trying to help another chapter in Greenville build theirs up. They just now started a chapter in Greenville, but they're not piloting, but basically kind of like I don't know how to.
You say you're in Charlotte?
Basically, they're piggybacking off the Charlotte one while they're transitioning into their own chapter. So
Liberated.
It's the whole thing, but they're trying to do everything professionally and stuff like that. So
gotcha. Liberator.
Talk off it.
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, bro.
Yeah. What's going on?
Talk off it.
It's like Boss here, man.
I'm
It's good. Hey, I don't even know how I got up here. I just had to say this, man. It's good to see that there are other black atheists out here. I honestly thought I was alone for a second.
I know how that goes.
I grew up in a Jehovah's Witness household.
Damn.
So with a Haitian mother, so you know that's a double whammy.
I know how that go.
You know how it goes. So it brings up a lot of trauma that I think a lot of us don't really get to talk about. And it still lingers to this day. So I don't have a relationship with my mom or none of my parents really, with a lot of my family. So it's good to see a lot of community of my fellow black atheists and see that we ain't alone out here. But the cookout, I wanted to ask about that real quick, bro. You said when are they gonna be?
June next year.
It'll be all we did. I'm not gonna
most likely second week.
Make it soon because what we got shit to do.
Yeah,
but yeah,
that I can do.
Yeah, doing it next year.
It'll be all the way then. I'm not gonna make it soon because we got shit to do. But yeah, June of next year, likely second week. What's up, Open Book? I just followed you today, Open Book. Good content, bro. But June of next year. I'm gonna start the RSVP site is probably gonna go up in December. And then in January, that's when I'm really gonna start ramping up. Asking people. I'm trying to go live at least every week. Making sure that people are gonna come, getting RSVPs, make sure y'all can order your T-shirts, and I'm gonna give details on Airbnbs around the area because I want to get the park first. So once I get the area. Once I get the venue, the park, then I'm look for Airbnbs in that area and start sending out that information. And I do know of one Airbnb that has like multiple rooms in there, so people can definitely rent the same area and then ride together, all that good stuff. You feel me?
Cool. Oh, also Black Atheist, man. I'm getting that shirt too, man.
This right here.
Yes, sir.
That shirt's fire.
I'm getting one tomorrow. I told her.
Gotta go support the family.
I love her content too, man.
Yeah, she dope. She cool.
What's the shirt you talking about?
It's atheist.
Hold on.
What do you want black people to be?
I like like 90 theme. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That shit tough.
I think we got one of the guests was talking. Was that Wally?
Well, he was interrupting. He was interrupting us. That's why he.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce your name? Now you on Teacup, but you interrupted me and Miss Baker.
Yeah. What up, Taharka? How's it going?
Taharka, what's up, big bro?
Yeah, what's up, everybody?
Chilling.
Hello, I was interrupting before.
How old are you?
Okay, great. What is your religion?
How old are you?
Me?
You.
Yes, Mwali, how old are you?
I'm old. I'm 32.
Cool.
Okay, great.
What
is your
do you-
religion? My bad, Bar. Go ahead.
I'm not. I don't have a religion. I'm not Christian.
Wait, what? You don't have a religion?
I don't have a religion. Yeah, I'm African though. And so to me, it's very interesting when you say black people should not be Christian. What do you want them to be?
Free. Mentally free. Free from
free
subjugation and free thinkers. Because the mythology is false.
It is false, but people have to have a religion.
No.
People have to believe in something.
No, they don't have to have a religion. You think they have to have a religion. Why do you believe? Let me ask you this, right? You said people have to have. Why do you believe that people have to have a religion?
Because that's how the mind works.
No.
No, that's not how the mind works.
That's who though?
So what,
Somebody
you
told
guys,
you.
what are
Somebody
you
told
debating?
Right, wait. All right.
But you're
so
not
why do
even
you
a-
believe that
So,
the mind-
Wally, this
You're not even a Christian.
That the mind has to have a religion. Why do you believe that?
The human mind is an agency detector. We're hyper.
All right, so Wally, this is the thing, right? Sure, we've seen that human beings, the human mind, is an agency detector. We're hyper vigilant on detecting agency, which is why pareidolia is a thing, right?
Volsi.
You're giving him the answer though.
He's not even.
He said that.
He's not even a Christian.
Yeah, he's not.
Right. He said we have to have a religion. And
So why you don't got
you're
now?
giving him the answer. Why do you believe that? Right, you don't believe in religion. Why do you believe that we have to have one if you're not even religious?
You don't even believe in Jesus. Why you got a Jesus?
Yeah.
Why you got a Jesus piece?
But you have a Jesus piece.
Why are you muting me? But don't mute me. I'll stop speaking when you.
All right, but you said that we have to have religion, but you're not religious.
Yeah.
Explain that.
Wally, can you clarify that, please?
Yes, I can try to.
Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I think that the way people speak, like for example, we speak, we need to have language.
Mm-hmm.
So we think we need to have. So we need to have something more than what is in our mind. We need to. This life is so complicated that humans have made God.
But that's not religion. You said, I'm going to allow you to explain it. But what you're saying is, you said we have to have a religion, right? But you're not religious. How? Explain that to me. This is where I'm at, right? You said I'm not Christian because I don't believe in religion, but we have to have a religion. How can you have to have a religion and you yourself are saying you're not religious?
I think I already answered that. I told you it's like language. You don't have to have language, but you use it.
So all right. So then religion and the aspect that you're talking about isn't the same as religion that you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought you could get that from my words.
He's comparing.
You said I had to have a religion, but I'm not religious.
Because he's comparing religion with language.
All right, Wally, there's a huge issue with your analogy, with your comparison religion to language, because language, we have to have that because we need to communicate with each other, right? We're a social species. We have to have some way to convey information. Like even cats have a language. Them saying meow to each other, we hear meow, but they're doing that in different frequencies that we can't hear, only they can hear. So even they have a language because they need to convey information to each other. But religion is something else. Religion is a cultural meme. You know what I mean? Religion is just a behavioral idea. That's all it is. But you're saying that we have to have that. You can say that the human mind has a proclivity to see agency in things where agency shouldn't exist, which is why pareidolia is a thing. You know, pareidolia, when you see a face into a phone or something like that, but there's no faces there. It's just
like
a thing that we
on
see.
a potato chip.
On a potato chip, exactly, just that thing that we see.
Or like if you look at
Or a piece of toast, exactly.
Or like when it's dark in the room and you see that man standing in the corner and you cut light on, it ain't nothing there.
Exactly. Or like if you look at into your bathtub and you see like the little faucet and the two big eyes on it, and you could turn the knobs, it looks like an eyes and a nose, but it's not a real face, right? That's because as human beings, we take agency, so we put that everywhere. So yeah, you can say that religion may become inevitable because of that, which is what scientists have figured out. But you're saying that we need it, like the way that we need language. What does religion do that makes society function? Because as far as we've seen in history, the only thing that it was needed for was to put groups together. But now that we're advanced as a society and we know these mythologies that were used before to bring us together are false, what do we need them for now?
What will we advance to? Because we keep on advancing. So if we keep on advancing, then we'll always need something.
No, all right.
But
so
sorry, I know I'm not making sense, but I like.
Let me ask you this: how far do you think? Right, we don't advance because of religion, right? We don't advance because of religion. We advance because of the fact that people, us, right? We could look at religion, and then we could also look at other things outside of. We don't advance because of religion. We advance because some people are, I don't even want to say smart enough. Some people can take out the religion and look at science. This is the reason why we advance. The reason why we understand and know now that it's not the earth that is the center point of everything, right? And we know that it's the sun that is the center point isn't because of religion. We know that because of science. You feel me? So when you pay attention to certain things, religion does not advance anybody. Religion literally hinders people.
It's the word.
It doesn't advance anybody. It hinders.
The word literally means to hold back.
Yeah. So
to bind.
To bind.
To bind and
shackle. Chains and ropes and shit.
Yeah, so Wally, just to expound on what Baker was saying, for example, you said when we advance, we need more, right? But religion has always been in the way of advancement. The most famous example is Galileo. Yeah, I mean, when what he said was, they said it was blasphemous to the church. And matter of fact, in a modern example, which I think a lot of Muslims are going to be angry at me about, is the Muslim world right now. Look how they treat women. Look how they treat LGBTQ people. Look how fractured their societies are, all because of this religion. As a matter of fact, we had a Nigerian Muslim on here earlier that I asked him if I were to go to northern Nigeria and say Islam is false, would I get beheaded? And he said, yeah, I will, because it's like assaulting your mother. This is the binding and the non-advancement that religion causes. So when you say that we need it, I'm sorry, I don't see why.
We don't need it, and it literally just hinders. Like, even like he said, what Muslims, like, even when it comes to,
real quick,
not even when it comes to the Bible, right? The Bible. All right, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, love. When it comes to the Bible, right? You know, in the Bible it says, in the beginning, God created A, B, C, and D, right? God created the heavens and the earth, right? Then God created earth, right? In the Bible, it tells you that God created earth, and then after God created earth, he created the sun. The sun is the main, not the sun, the earth is the main focal point of this entire creation. This is why you cannot look at it, because we know scientifically earth had to be created after the sun. It had to be created after the sun.
Yeah.
The sun is older than earth.
I think Christianity is a very bad religion to look at. In terms of,
they're all bad.
Yeah, there are better ones. The religions.
Man, look, you ain't even get down. You ain't even a Christian. We just just educating you for no reason.
Yeah.
He ain't even a Christian.
Freedom over here is a Muslim.
Is it freedom or freedom?
Freedom or freedom? Which one is it?
Is it freedom or freedom?
Hold on, let me invite you to unmute. I'm gonna invite you to unmute because you just have to stay on mute for a second. All right, freedom. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Is it freedom or freedom?
Does Allah need to bless
what the
your
hell?
Wi-Fi, my friend?
You there, bro?
Bluetooth on or something like that, I have to turn it off.
Does Allah need to bless your Wi-Fi, my friend?
We can hear you now.
You gotta take your phone off the Bluetooth and put some earbuds in.
Sorry, I think it was on mute. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
I'm gonna put my earphone on. 1 second, please, mate. 1 second. I'm just trying to multitask here.
I literally thought he was about to come up and start saying N1, error, call everybody the N-word. That's what I thought. My bad.
Yeah, they do.
Bro, what is up with your headphones?
Are you biting the mic? Go back. No, that's better. Okay. How old are you? How old are you?
I'm in my early 40s.
Okay, great.
Cool.
And you're very muffled. We can barely hear you. It was better before. I don't know why you put the headphones on. It was way better before.
No, the headphones are off now, actually.
Okay, great.
It's off now. I just took it off now.
All right, so great. So you said something demonstrably false in the comments. You said that Islam is black history. It is not.
Why would you say it's not?
Because we were black.
No. Don't give him. We're not giving you nothing. Why did you say it's black? Why did you say
Yeah,
that?
right.
Because Vossi, if you help him in any way, he gonna try to weasel.
No, that's fine.
You said it was. You said black history is Islamic history. How? How was that so?
Because
it's black history. How's it black history?
Even from the doctrinal perspective, a lot of the founders were of dark-skinned people. That's a fact.
Islam
Can you get closer to the mic?
Wait, what do you mean?
Islam is false.
Wait, what do you mean?
Stop. How can mythology be African history?
Who said anything about mythology?
Islam is false.
Islam is false.
It's fiction.
Hold on. You're trying to say
fiction.
mythology. How can you define what mythology is?
Yes, made up bullshit stories. It's fake. Fake news.
That's the thing.
It's a mythological story.
Yes.
It's
Can I
a
ask a
story
question
based
about
on-
that real quick?
Hold on. Before we do anything, Islam is false. It's not false religions based on mythology. Hold on. Let me rephrase it.
Okay, go.
A false Abrahamic religion, a false Arabic religion based on Christianity cannot be black history.
Deified. Everything about it is about.
Yeah. So freedom. Listen, Islam. Freedom. Hold on. Listen, Islam is basically Arab culture deified.
Thank you.
Everything about it.
Did you steal that from me? Did you steal that from me?
Yeah, I did.
Did you?
So
Thank you.
that's a bar from bar.
Boy, listen, my spirit, I just got warm. I'm like, damn, I just like hearing that. Thank you.
Exactly.
Thank you, bro.
So Friday. Hold on. So hold on. Listen.
The
Hold on.
fucking host is talking. Hold up.
All right. So we know that Islam came from Muhammad in the Arab continent. He was a merchant trader or whatever, and met a whole bunch of people, and that's how he came up with Islam. So it is Arab culture deified because the entire holy text is written in that language, and the only way to read it right is to be in that language. And not only that, you're expected to dress and act and learn the language. So this is Arab culture, which is fine. You can follow that all you want if you want to, but to say that it's black history is just false. Yes, the people who started it were of a darker complexion. That does not make them black people. Sure. Unless you're going to claim that there were some Somalis who were involved in the beginning of Islam, sure, there could have been some Somalis who were involved in the beginning of Islam. That still does not make it black culture. Because Muhammad wasn't a black man, his Abu Bakr and everybody after him wasn't a black man, Aisha wasn't a black girl, none of these people were black folks. He probably had one Somali or two Somalis on his crew. That does not make it black history.
I had a question for you. Go ahead.
Also, though, well, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna let you rock. I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, go ahead and respond to that, Freedom. And I think Taharka had a question for you. Go ahead, Freedom.
Also, I see you, Juke. Appreciate it, bro. I see you work. Juke has invited you to unmute your mic. You can respond to what Voice said.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, you can respond to what Voice just said.
I know there are black people there, bro.
Yeah, so my question was, have you been to that region before?
What the Arab region? No, I've never been to that region. I know there are black people there, bro. I know there are black people there, but that doesn't mean that
the indigenous people are dark-skinned people.
Listen.
We understand that, bro. We understand that. We know that the indigenous. Okay, we know that the indigenous people were of a darker complexion. That does not make us. That hold on, listen. Listen, bro. Stop interrupting. I'm not gonna fight for the mic of my own life. We understand that the people there are of a darker complexion than what we will see in Europe. That does not make them black people. Indians are of a darker complexion. They ain't black, bro.
Doesn't make it black history. Indian history is not black history.
Do you understand, Freedom?
Indonesian history is not black history. There are a lot of Indonesians.
Them being darker complexion doesn't make it black history. Indian history is not black history. Right? Indonesian history is not black history. There are a lot of Indonesians and Filipinos who are darker skinned.
Yeah.
But they ain't niggas. They ain't black people. Right? Taraka, go ahead and ask your question. Go ahead, ask your question, Taraka. I don't want to wait more. Go ahead. Taraka, go ahead and ask your question, brother.
You got
it wasn't even for Freedom. I was messing with Bar. I was going to say, Bar, did you not get that from me?
You might have.
Hey, I don't mind giving credit. I ain't like the Europeans. I give credit what credit due.
I mean, you twisted it because I said all religion is a people's culture deified. But you talking about the Arabs, so
yeah. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm saying
is, you the big brother. That's not. You the big brother, hey, this your world. We just living in it.
No. It's fine because I also got that from my dissertation advisor.
Is he talking while you talking?
Yeah, freedom. Like, we gave you all the time in the world to talk, and you wait until me and my brother talk.
No, I'm thinking.
I think he's still trying to figure out how to work his phone.
You're telling me you've been to the area. You haven't even been there. I've been there many a times. I know.
Yeah, how about Freedom? I've been there. Hold on, wait. How about I have been there, and they are not black people. They're not black.
Can I ask Freedom a question?
There's a difference between skin color, racial categories, and cultural categories. The only thing those three that they meet out of those three close enough could be skin color.
The Muslim religion were from Somalia.
I think Trill and Black had something they wanted to.
Freedom, let me understand what you're trying to say. Are you really saying that the people who started the Muslim
was that Islam is black history because the people who started were darker skinned?
All right, so your claim was that Islam is black history because the people who started were darker skinned. Are you saying that the people who started were from Somalia?
Answer that question first.
Or Ethiopia?
Let's talk about Muhammad.
No. Answer that question first. Listen, I'm an admirer of Muhammad Ali. He's one of my heroes. That's not what we're discussing. We are discussing what we are discussing now, okay? Your claim was that Islam is black history. Muhammad Ali, being a Muslim, does not make Islam itself black history. That is stupid. That's like saying Christianity is black history because of MLK.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the dumbest fucking logic you ever had, bro.
Boston, you know he typed Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali in the chat.
Yeah, exactly.
And misspelled their names.
And messed up their names. Like saying Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali proves that Islam is black history is like saying Christianity is black history because of MLK, because of Rosa Parks. No, Freedom, listen. Your logic is stupid because saying that the logic is stupid because saying that Islam is black history because of Muhammad Ali and Malcolm X is like saying Christianity is black history because of MLK and Rosa Parks. That is fucking stupid.
But that's just one name, though. I've just given you one name. What about Mansa Musa? Have you heard of Mansa Musa?
And the majority, Freedom, the majority of yes, I have. Yes, I have, Freedom. The majority of Malcolm X's devotion to, if you could say, Islam was to the NOI. That wasn't even Orthodox Islam. That was some, made up Christian and Islamic stuff.
He changed after.
Yeah, for like the last year of his life. Yeah, within the last year of his life. It wasn't even for a whole year.
Yeah, that's it. That's his legacy.
That's his legacy. Can I ask you a question real quick? Like, that's what I gotta ask you a question. It's a serious question, right? Your claim is that what's called like Islam is black history. My question is, what does race have to do with the price of ganja in Mecca, right? Like we up here doing a pilgrimage to Mecca, trying to get some of that, that sweet Muhammad Bubba Kush, right? But talking about whether or not he was black or not. I don't care. Like how does that prove that God is real? Like, okay, even if Islam, let me finish real quick. Even if Islam is black history, right? I'm just going to give you that history because I'm just going to give you that argument because who cares at the end of the day? How does that prove that the Islamic God is real?
That's the title of the discourse. The title of the discourse is "Black people should not be Christians, Muslims, B.A.H.I or whatnot." My question is,
not real. That's why.
History,
that's the reason why.
Most of the icons, most of the people out there were Muslims, and that's what.
No, they weren't. That's true.
No, they weren't. Most civil rights leaders were either atheists or Christian, bro. Most civil rights leaders were either atheists or Christian. James Baldwin was an atheist. Langston Hughes was an atheist.
As a half African, that's false, bro. That's a lie.
Historically speaking, most of them. That's why they had to destroy so many thousands of.
And let me tell you, Frida, let me tell you something about Mansa Musa.
Please.
Mansa Musa wasted Mali's resources. He made a pilgrimage to Mecca, wasted untold amount of money going through Egypt, had the Egyptians gyp him of his money. I mean, they gypped him good, too. And then they tried to unalive him in the desert because they were trying to take over his kingdom. He makes it back barely, almost broke. His whole caravan had ran out of money because the Egyptians had they didn't respect him. Islam did not respect him. And he wasted Mali's resources.
Yeah, Mansa Musa, like the Kingdom of Mali, was only Islamic for political reasons. They did not give a shit about it for real. The people of Mali were actually practicing their own thing. The women had their titties out and everything like that. They still had their tattoos. They were still committing haram under Islam, but they didn't care about Islam like that. They were doing their own thing because they were only Muslim for political reasons, for trade. They didn't give a fuck about Islam like that.
Also, since I'm back. Muhammad wasn't a real person.
Well, that's a separate topic.
I don't even know about that.
Go into that if you want, but that's a separate topic.
No. I was just being messy. Don't worry about what I said.
It's fine. I mean, that's why Islam is the fastest growing religion in the world. Well, I wonder why that is.
Because of birth rate. Yeah, y'all be having babies like crazy.
We're talking about conversion. We're not talking about immigration or asylum seekers or birth rates. We're talking about people
that's
who are
easy. People don't know.
It.
Yeah, people don't know. People are converting because they don't know history.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Once,
what the whole.
once you learn history, you wouldn't want to convert to a false religion claiming to be peaceful. That's not.
All right, so there's two main reasons. Freedom. There's two main reasons. Two main reasons. Like I said, number one is what I said because of birth rate, and the second reason is because of politics. World. Hold on, freedom. I am talking. So two reasons, like I said before. Birth rate, and the second reason is because of politics. The world is becoming a lot more conservative, and because of that, they reach out to conservative ideologies, Islam being one of them. Make sense?
Well, I wasn't talking about birth rates, though. I'm talking about.
Yeah, but conversion has very little net effect in the overall growth of Islam. Yeah, conversion has very little net effect in the overall growth of Islam. It is largely birth rate, as both you said.
No, but we're not talking about people who are born into
freedom. Did you hear my second reason? You're not listening to actually. That's how I know that you're not listening to actually respond.
No, I'm listening.
You're not listening to actually have a good conversation. You're just listening to respond because I clearly gave two reasons. The first one being birth rate, and the second one being politics. The world is becoming a lot more conservative because people are afraid of trans people for some reason. So because the world is becoming a lot more conservative, people are embracing more conservative ideologies. Do you know what's also on the rise in Europe? Fascism. That's on a huge rise in Europe because of political issues. The world is becoming more conservative. And everywhere else where fascism is not going to be more welcome, like places in Africa, you know what I'm saying? They convert to ideologies that are a lot more conservative. And that ideology is a lot more conservative that's in their area is Islam.
My point is coming back to my point about why black history is Islamic history is also black history is because most of the people, as I mentioned before, right, most historic events as well, not until modern times, even historically. I mean, Mansa Musa was just one example, and all the other icons were just an example. Even till today, most of the famous people who are Muslims are generally of black people descent, and that's a fact as well. So when you talk about history, people try to make, the Arabs were bad for the black people, they were slave traders and all that. That's all colonial rubbish.
No, it's not. It's not colonial. First off, you can't say it's colonial rubbish when we have facts to point out that it's not that fact, right? We know for a inhumane slavery. No, wait, stop, wait. We know that the most brutal, longest, and inhumane slavery was the Arab slave trade.
Of course, it wasn't the white.
Right. So then, what do you? So when somebody stop.
Miss Bacon, freedom. This is what you're gonna do. You're gonna respect the lady on the panel. You understand?
Well, also, I was gonna tell her that Miss Baker, you're a moderator, so you can just mute him if he overtalks.
Yeah, I realized that.
That's what I was about to say.
I realized
y'all don't have to talk, bro. Y'all don't got to talk over this dude or none of them. Just mute that.
I don't like doing that.
Yeah,
but I have. Yeah, I know, but I have to when I'm trying to point out. Yeah. So, like I was saying, we know for a fact that the most brutal, inhumane, and longest slave trade was the Arab slave trade. Black people, historically, were enslaved under Allah than any other god, if you want to go to a deity, right? Yeah. Black people were enslaved under Allah longer and most brutally under Allah than any other god, right? So when you're trying to say this isn't about anything else, yes, black people could say, black people, we were enslaved under Allah longer and most brutally than any other deity on the fucking planet.
Yeah.
It was Allah, and then it was Jesus after that.
The Arab slave trade lasted longer.
And that's history.
And that's history.
Matter of fact, it was the Arabs who helped get the Europeans involved in the African slave trade.
Yep.
They taught them how to do it.
You see, you're just a victim of post-colonial trauma. That's the no.
And it's so weird. Shut up. No. It's so weird that y'all want to call somebody a victim when somebody points out a fact.
Exactly.
It's not a victim when we're pointing out a fact.
Okay, let me say my bit now.
You don't need to say your fact. You don't need to say anything. You saying y'all just want to be victims. It's not a victim.
The freedom fighters were Muslims, though.
Love, it's a fact. We know this.
Ali being one of them.
We know this for a fact. This isn't something that we made up in our head. This isn't something that we're saying. We know for a fact that black people in Africa were enslaved under Allah longer and more brutal than they were with the Western deity, God and Jesus. We know that. We know that because we see it. This is fucking proven.
Sorry, Miss Baker.
Go ahead, love.
I was just going to say, there was a whole caliphate in West Africa, the Sokoto Caliphate, that was based off of slave labor.
Yeah. I was reading about that earlier today.
That's why Islam will be victorious again, and you're all witnessing that.
Are you even listening?
Our freedom. I just have a question for you.
Oh, you got a question for? Okay.
Yeah, I just had a question, Freedom.
Press my button.
It's all good. I just needed to ask Freedom.
I was about to drop him anyway.
No, it's all good. I just needed to ask Freedom if he was born slow or did he take lessons? Because like he was not answering a damn thing, bro.
No, Miss Baker, you beat me to it. I was gonna drop him anyway. I don't like when y'all.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
And y'all trying to ask him something and they just don't even pay attention. I'll be like, man, conversation's over at that point.
There was someone in our.
Oh boy! All right, there was somebody else who was wanted to. There was someone in our guest box. Who was that?
If you think, well, let me try to get them to come up. If you think Islam is, if you think black people should be Christian, Muslim, or black Hebrew Israelites, then you can come up and tell us why. That's it.
You know the disappointing thing though about like Africans who
don't know history,
worship Abrahamic religions. They never even bring up like traditional African religions.
Trill, come on. I mean, Trill, now you know. Trill.
It's like they want
to. You asking way too much. You're asking way too much, my brother.
Non-African religions.
Jesus.
Completely ignore the African religion.
What about Ogun? But Trill, they not ignoring them. Trill, they don't know.
They don't care.
Never heard of that shit.
Why do they don't know? They don't care. They don't give a fuck.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, they don't care, or they call it demonic.
It's
that's what I was gonna say.
They want us to be proud of non-black religions.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Like, okay, why don't you be proud about your African religions?
That's exactly right.
What they think is they think Christianity, Islam, and Judaism are black religions. They say Jesus is black. They say the Israelites was black, and now they saying
King James is black.
Yeah, come on, man. Yeah. Now they saying Islam. Now they say Islam was the greatest. He said the greatest people in the history is Muslim. We can't win.
They literally tell us
that
King James, a black man, wrote the Bible.
Lord have mercy.
And the black man that wrote the Bible, King James, was trying to warn black people about this man, like the shit. Are y'all fucking kidding me? This is believe that this man was a king during slavery. And wasn't saving black people, but he was writing a book to help black people get out of slavery.
Hey, y'all know what's worse? Y'all know what's worse, y'all? Y'all know what's worse? What I've heard recently? I've heard two things that makes it even worse. I've heard Harriet Tubman never existed, and hold on, this is the worst one. This is the worst one, y'all. This is the worst one. I've heard this is the worst one. Christopher Columbus was black.
Oh God!
I heard
God and Jesus, come down right now.
No lie, Trill. No lie. I heard the shit you said, right?
Christopher Columbus was black. Insane.
Harriet Tubman didn't exist. King James was black.
Christopher Columbus was black. Insane.
Christopher Columbus was black. I fucking heard that. Yo. I heard that.
I guess Martin Luther King didn't exist either. Then fuck it. Let's just go all out.
He existed.
Let's do it.
He existed, but he was black.
If we gonna do it, let's do it.
It's the weirdest fucking thing. I'm like, y'all gotta be fucking kidding me. This isn't real. Y'all really believe this shit?
Y'all, we claim it. We're literally claiming everything but where we're from.
Right.
We was already in it. We was already in America. We not from Africa.
We the real Native Americans.
The issue is, I'm like, why the fuck, as black people, we don't need to take anything that's not ours.
No.
Do you know how much fucking shit we did? We don't need to take nothing that's not ours.
The problem is everything is ours because we civilized the entire fucking world, but we don't know that because...
Which is why I've heard. We don't need to take nothing because it is ours. We don't need to take nothing that's not ours.
Exactly.
I heard somebody a few weeks ago say Beethoven was black. And I
heard that one too. I heard Beethoven was black.
No, wait, hold on. Beethoven, I did look into that. Beethoven would be considered, quote unquote, a mulatto. A mulatto.
Mulatto, yeah.
His mom was
Beethoven was white as white can be. Both his folks were white. He was white as white can be.
No, he was white.
But Miss Baker, when people bring up Beethoven though, when they bring up Beethoven, they bring up those. I'm like, why not? Like, there's Grandmaster Flash. Did Beethoven, did Tolstoy, did any of these musicians create their own instrument? Create the instrument that became the instrument of a whole genre, like Grandmaster Flash did?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
But all right. So when it comes to, and I will say this, right? Because I heard the Beethoven thing too, right? And I was like, the fuck, like. But the thing is, I looked into it after I heard it. Beethoven was considered a mulatto. So when you know how white people like, oh, but Beethoven's the best, whatever. That's why, which I get, like, why black people, some black people, they probably don't look into it, but some black people were like, oh, he was black. He wasn't black. Like, he was mixed race. So like, his mom was considered a mulatto, and his dad was white.
Okay. I see what you mean. So he was like a quadroon. He was passing.
Yeah.
He was basically like Drake's son Adonis, basically. He was like 75% white and like 10% black. But you can see there's something in there. Yeah, you can see something in there.
And that's what they're saying. Like, the only reason why he could do what he did is because of his black side. That's what they're saying. So black people like to put their hooks in and be like, he was black. He wasn't black. No, he was like Adonis. Dude was
Moorish or
biracial
grandmother or something like that.
Yeah, I'll look more into that because they did. I did hear about he had like a Moorish or half Moorish grandmother or something like that.
His mom was Moor, and she was a biracial Moor, and his dad was white.
A white German dude. Okay, yeah, I'll look more into that because that one did sound crazy for some heard it. But let's see if we're gonna get any more people up here, or otherwise we're gonna go ahead and get out of here because I got more things to do after this. We got one more guest. Go ahead, Bar.
But y'all need to do this. Both of y'all, Atheist and B.A.A.S.H, y'all both got it. Y'all gotta watch Heavy as the Crown 2. Y'all have to do it.
Most definitely. I'm definitely gonna go ahead and watch that.
Sorry, y'all. I actually keep myself out.
It's an amazing fucking thing. I love when black men come together and create something powerful, and that's what they did. And I love it. Sorry, go ahead.
No problem. So 1 to 3 has been talking in the comments. 1 to 3, go ahead and come on up if you want to talk about the one true God or whatever.
You said his name was.
I was gonna say.
I finally remember the name of the guy who's been spreading that stuff. His name was Dane Calloway. That guy is unhinged.
No,
Yeah,
Dane Calloway definitely is unhinged, but it wasn't Dane Calloway that was spreading Beethoven. It wasn't him.
Oh no, not the Beethoven. I'm talking about the Harriet Tubman wasn't real part.
I think there's some other stuff.
Yeah, Dane Calloway. Completely insane person.
I don't know
Completely
if he's
insane.
the origin, but he's definitely one of the origins.
Oh yeah, that shit.
Stuff
That
like
shit.
that.
That is the weirdest fucking shit that they started doing.
Dane Calloway is insane. He's the one who started the entire, black people are not from Africa. We're Native Americans. We're the Aboriginals type of thing.
And they be running with it.
Just run with it.
Well, I was gonna say.
My people, wake up, people.
Hey, what's
I love
going
y'all.
on, guys?
Hold on. I was gonna say, something that gets overlooked that people don't talk about is the exact same thing the Europeans did to the Africans. They did it to the natives.
They did?
Absolutely.
Like when they turned Africa into an arms race. They turned they turned the natives. They turned them. They turned the Americans into an arms race as well. And some, not all, but some natives owned African slaves too.
Absolutely.
So a lot of people, you're seeing natives in your bloodline. Because they had African slaves too.
The 5 tribes owned. The 5 tribes owned the what is it? Tears of Trails.
Africans were on the Trail of Tears too. But also, it's crazy because
and they own. But I'm saying it. No, what I'm saying is that a lot of them own slaves. Like that's what a lot of them own slaves.
And the reason why people, and the crazy part is, natives own slaves, so you do have family. Some of us do have family ties to Native Americans in our ancestry.
Yep.
What the black people have done is they're saying we're strictly natives because of that. Because of that ancestry. I got Cherokee in my family. Cherokee had slaves too. Because of that fact, they're not even. They're ignoring all of that black ancestry, all of that black culture, all that African descent. They're ignoring all of that and strictly only focusing on the Native American side. Why? Because they think they think that we are on the losing team.
Right. Let me absolutely.
When we civilized everybody.
I did my ancestry test, right? I've been did my ancestry test a long time ago, right? And hold on, I want to make sure nobody in my family's on here. Okay, so I did my ancestry test, right? And I looked, and I found out, right? I found my grandparents' slave papers. You feel me? I was hurt. I found my grandparents' slave papers. I found out a lot of other shit I did not need to know, or didn't need to know. I didn't want to know. I found out a lot of shit that I didn't want to know, right? But I also, in that midst, I also found out that yes, we were slaves. On my father's side, I found out we were slaves, but I also found out that we was on, what is it? There's a Georgia, what is it? The Georgia fucking river thing. There's native people there. Right? What is it? Chicopee or some shit? I don't fucking know who they are. But apparently, my DNA goes back to them too, right? Apparently, they're the native people of the Chicopee or Chesapeake or whatever tribe there. But they were slaves. You feel me? But they're native there, but they're slaves. Why I'm not going to throw out the fact that I know that we came from slavery to embody that it says black natives. What the fuck? Are you serious? Why would you want to? Like I said, I did my DNA test. I love the fact that I like the fact that my ancestors were enslaved, because I like the fact that I know that for us to be here, for me to be here anyway, had to be a lot. For me to exist today, had to be a lot. My people had to go through a lot for me to be here. Right? They had to go. Yeah, they had to go through the transatlantic. They had to go through why the I don't know. In my head, I'm like, why the fuck would you not want that? Like, I'm not going to. Oh well, black natives and this. No, fuck. I love. I'll always take the fact that I was or my ancestors were slaves over. We could have been native, like fuck that native shit. That they
No, we're not natives. We are not natives.
You're not.
Exactly. We got to stop with all this stupid shit. All right.
It's dumb. You know, the average African American.
And I feel like it's so deeply rooted in hatred for yourself.
For yourself. That's what it's rooted in.
The average African American has between 17 and 25% European DNA as well. Why don't they just call themselves white?
Right, yeah, but they won't do that.
They won't do that.
Hold on, Taharka. You do.
They not gonna like that. Don't say that they want.
Hold on now.
The white person that
actually
come
do.
down,
They say that they are the original Caucasians.
Yep.
We was in Europe first too. I'm a Roman.
all over the fucking
I'm related to. Hey, I'm related to Constantine.
We was Vikings and shit.
Yeah,
we was Vikings and shit.
My great grandfathers created Christianity. I'm related to Constantine and Catholicism.
But that's what I'm saying. Like when you look at it, like I done the test and I seen it, and I'm not dumb. You feel me? I know that I know my ancestors do have people in Georgia that are native to that place, right? Not native. Let me not say that. I know that my DNA. There is people that are quote unquote native there. Not even native. You know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying. Yeah, Chesapeake.
I ain't gonna fucking say that. We African. We black. The fuck? We came from Africa. Stop playing with me.
Africans. I'm from Rome. I don't know where y'all. I'm from Greece. Alexander the Great is my great nephew. I mean, great uncle.
Goddamn Macedonian out there.
Yeah,
we were Spartans, bro. We were Spartans.
Spartacus Jr. over here.
This is Sparta. All right. We got one more guess. American Zest. How's it going, American Zest?
Hell Zeus.
Hell Zeus.
Go ahead.
American Zest. Are you at least
a wild thing?
Yeah, it's kind of wild. But Americans. I didn't want to say nothing. But American Zest.
American Zest.
Oh my God.
Okay, American Zest. We gotta get on track, y'all. American Zest.
Don't let MAGA see that name.
For real. All right, Zest. Are you at least 18? And what is your religious indoctrination?
Zestfully clean. Let's go ahead and.
Zest, you there?
It's not true. Christ, man, is not your turn yet. It's not your turn yet.
Zestfully clean. Let's go ahead and.
Jesus will be saved. You just have to.
It's not your.
Hold on.
Christ, man, it's not your turn yet. It's not your turn.
Hold on, Playboy. Damn.
Yeah.
I don't see Zest.
Calm down.
Zest, you still there?
You got 10 seconds.
American Zest. I just sent you an invite to unmute.
9, 8, 7,
Is he all black?
6.
You got 10 seconds, American
Yeah,
Zest.
give him a 10 countdown.
Okay.
Lord have mercy.
9, 8, 7, 6, 3, 5, 1. Okay, cool. Christian man, we know that you're a Christian. Are you at least 18? And do you think we should be Christian?
In your race. I need to know your race.
Okay.
What is your race or ethnicity?
Why should what is cross?
I'm white.
Oh. White man.
Okay. Yeah. So you're a white man. Why should
Remember, we're the real Caucasians.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So Christian man, why should
he's appropriating my culture?
All right. So Christian man, why should black people be the religion of the people who enslaved us?
Well, it wasn't true Christians who would do that.
So, Christian, do you realize that's a new
whoever believes in Christ, you're
no
born
true
again
Scotsman.
into God's family.
Okay, hold up.
And you
All right.
All right. So Christian, do you realize that's a new true Scotsman fallacy, right?
Well, it's not even. No, I wouldn't even say that. I would say when they say that these people were not real Christians, my answer is they were the only Christians. They were the main Christians at that time.
So yeah, that's another thing. Christian.
Everybody else were being persecuted.
Following them.
Literally.
So if you said
Exactly. So yeah, that's another thing, Christian. They were the only Christians around at the time.
There was no Protestant Reformation yet.
Exactly. So if you say they were not real Christians, what does that mean? They were the Christians. Hold on. Listen, Jesus guy. So they were the only Christians. They were the only Christians on the planet at that time. So how would they? Okay, wizard guy. Listen, wizard guy. Listen, wizard guy.
When you say that they were
all right, so
Christians,
they were. That was the seed of Christianity. The Europeans, right? That's what it was. So when you say that they were not real Christians, what exactly does that mean? Because they were the ones directing and leading it.
Listen, wizard man.
Right.
No, that's not true. There's Christians all over the world. You're talking about
Wizard man. Listen, wizard man.
Hold on, love. Okay. What is a true Christian? What is a true Christian?
So I'm pretty sure a Christian with the Holy Spirit wouldn't want to enslave.
Wait. We're talking about. Wait a minute. We're talking about during that time.
Accepted Christ.
What is a true
they
Christian?
wouldn't do that to their
Listen,
all right,
listen,
okay.
You're not,
Christ.
He just,
why the fuck?
no,
All
we
right.
can't let you steamroll.
Listen. My question is to you, love. What is a true Christian during that time? What is a true Christian? Now, I don't need you to give me your... Wait, listen. I don't need you to give me your opinion what a true Christian would have been. I need you to understand historically, during that time, what is a true Christian? What is a true Christian?
A true Christian would have fruits of the Spirit and not really want to enslave.
All right. Stop. All right, stop. So what is the roots of the Spirit? What is that?
You would just know in your heart, God changes your heart to not want to hurt your own brother. A lot of
all right, so a true Christian during that time.
Do that to another Christian.
All right, stop again. Okay. Have you read your Bible?
Yeah, I know in the Old Testament it talks about all.
Right. So during that time, stop, love. Again, during the time we're talking about true Christianity, we're talking about what was going on during that time. Now, during that time, true Christianity was what was written in what book?
Yeah, that's just during the Old Testament.
No, listen. That's literally the book that they was going off of was the Old Testament.
No, you can't do that to your own people. A lot of black people were Christian, and true Christians wouldn't enslave other Christians like that.
Okay,
so that was
all right. Stop.
It was just business of the elite. That's all it was.
You're being disingenuous.
That with
not only did God tell the Israelites they can enslave other people, He told them they can enslave each other under certain circumstances.
So wizard man,
but it wasn't harsh. To other Israelites, it was not harsh at all.
No, stop. No, stop.
All right, so wizard man, let me understand this. If it wasn't harsh.
Wait.
Okay. Well,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, y'all about to give his brain way too much credit. Just no,
What did I say wrong?
No, you didn't say it ain't what you said wrong. It's just they're giving you the benefit of the doubt that you do not deserve. He don't like.
Why not? What did I say bad?
Because you weren't paying attention when Vossi was trying to talk to you.
Yeah, so
you weren't paying attention when Miss Baker was trying to talk to you, and you wasn't paying attention when Tahak was trying to talk to you. So it's like,
you keep talking while we talk.
Yeah, so Wizard Man, the issue that we're having, Wizard Man, you see, this is the issue that we're having, Wizard Man. You keep talking while we talk. Number one, and number two, Wizard Man, and number two,
why do you call him Wizard Man?
Yeah, because right there it says Christian man. So yeah, so Christianity is wizardry. So I'm gonna call him Wizard Man. So Wizard Man.
Thought I was the only one. I was like, I'm
right. It's
disrespect.
Christianity.
Did you read his story? I was like, did you read the bio or something? What's going on?
Yeah, because Christianity is wizardry, is sorcery anyway. So Wizard Man.
No, it's
that's
not.
That's why I love Wicked. And that last song with Sis and Wicked, where she says, "Ain't no wizard that ever was."
But guys, it's from the Holy Spirit. It's not wizardry or magic or any of that stuff. This is real. And if you look at testimonies, people have supernatural testimonies worldwide.
Do you know what a necromancer is?
Yeah, it's forbidden.
Well, I mean, if it's forbidden, then why did Jesus do it?
No, he did it from the power of God, not like demonic.
It's still necromancy.
It's still necromancy.
Necromancy is just rising
No, it
people from the
wouldn't be
dead.
called
Which is what
necromancy.
he did
Necromancy is like
to
using
Lazarus
black
and to
magic
himself.
and like demons to do it.
No, it's
He did it
not.
from
Necromancy is just
Why?
rising people from the dead, which is what he did to Lazarus and to himself.
It doesn't apply when God does it. He's doing it from his own power, not like demons.
Oh, so where's gonna be special pleading now?
That's just how it is. It's a different category.
No, it's not. It's not. It's
That's
necromancy.
what it's applied to. Necromancy is just for other people.
No,
who use
necromancy
magic.
is rising things from the dead. That's what God did. That's what Jesus did. They rose things from
No,
the
it's
dead. That's
only
what
applied in
necromancy
the
is.
category when it's applied.
No,
to,
it's not
like,
applied in any other category. It's the same category. It's rising people from the dead.
Look it up.
No, it's rising people from the dead. You sure?
Necromancy is the practice of communicating.
It doesn't
with
apply
the
to God.
dead,
As
often to gain
ChatGPT
knowledge
does
or
this
predict
apply to
the
God,
future.
it'll say
So,
no, it's not the same category.
Okay, necromancy is the practice of communicating with the dead, often to gain knowledge or predict the future. So, yeah,
this is not applied to God. Like, guys, come
yeah,
on.
it does. Yeah, it does.
to your desert deity.
No, this is for mortals trying to get knowledge.
No,
from,
no,
like,
it does. It does apply. It does apply. It does apply to your desert deity.
What are you moral? What mortal are you
And
talking
you can
about?
call him a desert.
Why are y'all talking to him as if?
Yeah, the Israelites were in the desert. That's fine.
So wizard man.
I'm not ashamed.
So wizard man, your desert war deity does do necromancy because he speaks to the dead. And blood magic, because Jesus was a virgin blood sacrifice. So Jebus was a virgin blood sacrifice. Jebus, the son of
Do you
Zeus,
see how you're acting?
was
Like, doesn't it kind of
so Jebus, the son of Zeus, Jebus, the son of Zeus, was a virgin blood sacrifice.
I'm gonna let you answer
because Jesus was a virgin, and he shed his blood on the cross, and he was a sacrifice.
You're not gonna let me answer, are you? You don't want me to.
I'm gonna let you answer, Wizard Man. But like, what you have to understand here is that this was a virgin blood sacrifice, correct?
So the whole point of blood sacrifice is that because sin needs to be paid for, Jesus willingly, as the hero, did it in our place. He paid the wages of sin, which is death.
Why does sin need to be paid for in blood?
I do think that's a hero.
I don't know many heroes that call. Women dogs.
That's a good question, and it's like, why would God need to do that? Because, like, in any just court,
I have a better question. Do you need some coffee?
I'd like to answer that. Though. It's really important.
Why are y'all talking to this man as if this shit is true?
Do you need some coffee?
If God, I don't like coffee. If God
you need
just
some
forgave
caffeine
sin,
or something. You're talking to us like you have sleep.
If God just forgave sin, then he would be unjust by
just do some necromancy on you.
Oh, wait, no, hold on, wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute.
Let him talk. Y'all entertained it. Let him talk.
So, like, since God, one of his attributes is mercy, but also justice. So how can he how can he appease his justice while being merciful and forgiving us? He has to deal with the sin. He has to. He can't just forget it, or he would go against who he is, just.
So does that mean he's not all powerful?
How does he get around that? He gets around it by the Son of God willingly being the hero and taking the wrath on himself in our place. So God can now forgive us, and justice was satisfied at the same time.
So jokes aside, the question you were supposed to be answering is why would he call that woman a dog? That's what I asked you.
The reason why.
That's a good question too. But did you hear my question on the logic of the justice?
Right, we heard your logic. The reason why
You can't answer a question with a question. He asked you a question. Answer the question.
I did, but I just finished the other. Did you guys get it?
No, you did not. You said I heard it, and I asked you a question. Answer his question. He asked you, why did Jesus feel the need to call that woman a dog? Answer his question, and then
that's a great question. I want to answer. I'd love to answer.
Just
go ahead.
This question. Jesus Christ, bro.
So I answered the sin one. I hope you understood it. The Holy Spirit, I hope.
We'll go back to that in a second. Just answer to Harker's question. Jesus Christ, bro.
Answer his question.
Okay. So in the Old Testament, and this is a long answer, let me just explain. Jesus was actually honoring
It's not that damn hard. Answer the question. Why did Jesus
was honoring
call
that woman
a dog?
Yeah, Jesus was honoring the woman because he knew if he said that, she would be
He
honored in
honors
the
her
book
by calling her
forever.
a dog.
Hold on.
No,
so-
because he knew if he said that, she would humble herself and be forever
She
in
was
the
already
book as the
humble.
humble
Did you
lady,
not read the
and
fucking
she's
chapter?
dishonored for that.
Hold on. Let me try to understand this.
Did you not read the chapter? Wait,
Yeah.
did you not read the chapter? Because she was already humble. It literally says she was already humble. She called herself a dog. She was already humble. God said, Jesus already said to her, she humbled herself. She then called herself a dog to humble herself even more. So she was already humble.
Yeah.
So why?
And now we read her as a great lady now in the book.
Hey, sir. He asked you, why was it that Jesus then needed her to be called a dog for him to help her? She already humbled herself.
Yeah.
So why did he need her
The reason he
after she
called her a
already
dog?
humbled herself and told Jesus, I am not worthy of your forgiveness. I am not worthy of you. And then Jesus called her a dog. And it wasn't until, because I know the chapter 2, it wasn't until Jesus's disciples said to him, hey, she's basically begging you. Are you going to help her?
Yeah, he knew she would humble herself and did that on purpose. And the reason he didn't actually call her a dog, but
He did call her a dog. He literally said you were a dog.
It's just
he
a metaphor.
Said you are a dog. He literally said to his disciples, he
well,
said,
if you're not a child of God or Christian and part of God's family, you are not a
do you
child
not know
of
your
God.
book?
That's all it means.
Speaking. I don't know how I do this. I know I could. I don't know why I do this.
Well,
He
Christian,
said to her. He said
a dog
to her. He
to the
said,
Canaanites or to people around them in that period of time was a slur. It was literally a slur to them.
and guess who the Canaanites were? Black people. And he literally said,
oh, I don't think
he said to his people, he said, why are you giving food to her? Right? When they were helping her, he said, you do not, when his disciples asked him first, why are you not helping her? He said, you do not give your food to dogs or animals, and called her a fucking animal because she asked for his help and his forgiveness. She did nothing wrong to him. He called her a dog and then basically told her after she said, you know what? I am not deserving of you, right? After he said, why would you do that? Like I'm not here to help the fucking animals. I'm here to help my people. She then, after that, she then turned herself down again and said, you know what? I am not worthy. I am an animal. And then he called her a fucking dog. And then he only helped her because his disciples asked him, why are you treating her that way? And then he decided to help her.
Actually, the disciples told him to leave. They go, don't even mind this woman. But he stayed.
And in the first, that's what I just said in the beginning. When it first happened, he said, his disciples asked Jesus, why are you even stopping? Like, why are you even listening to her? She's nothing to you. And then when they were giving food out, he said to them, you're going to feed the animals. You're going to, actually, what he said is, why are you throwing out your food like you would to an animal as to you giving it to her type of shit? Like, why are you throwing out your food to people like you give to animals?
I can answer that. Because back then, the only people who were children of God were the Israelites. The people who weren't, just like now, the only children of God are Christians. If you don't, you basically belong to Satan.
Yeah,
but God invites anyone if they believe, they'll become children of God too. So it's open to everyone.
Okay, so
that is disgustingly supremacist.
Yeah, so that's supremacy. That's a supremacist ideology.
So you're saying
you want to see how gross that is? Supremacist ideologies are the exact reason why we had all the issues we had today. Is why Mustache Man did what he did to the Jews. So you're saying that back then the only children of God were the Israelites, so God's a racist?
Literally.
No, he wasn't racist. He just had special people.
So that's racism.
So everybody else was beneath him?
That's racism.
No, their gods were basically pagan deities and Satan, like demons. And he had a special plan for Israel, and through Jesus, anyone can join.
That's racism.
Christ.
Why was the Israelites the special plan and not the Chinese?
That's going to be the
well, if he said Chinese, he would say, why not Israel? Like, it just has plan. He knows best.
Yeah, that's racism.
That's how it worked.
Yeah, so if you have a special people that's going to be the savior of everyone and a favorite of people, that's supremacy. That's racism.
This is literally the reason why supremacy keeps fucking perpetuating and why it keeps going on is because instead of y'all paying attention and reading y'all damn book that y'all love so fucking much, y'all refuse to pay attention to what the hell is going on in the book. That man was a supremacist. He looked at somebody that he deemed lesser than him and said, "You are nothing but a fucking animal to me. And so because you are nothing but an animal to me, I'm not going to help you." She needed to beg on her knees and crawl and cry and beg for his help. For him to even, okay, you know what? I'll help you because you're basically you're a roach to me. So whatever. Like,
no, she was honored for humbling herself. She's honored.
Look, stop. Listen, stop.
This is getting so
wild.
So
it's y'all fault because y'all are talking to him as if this stuff actually happened.
It happened.
Oh, you're right.
No, it didn't.
Oh yeah, you're right.
This is why I don't. This is why I tell free thinkers not to do internal critiques. Not with them. We can do internal critiques with each other. Okay. But y'all are giving them way too much credit when y'all do internal critiques with them. No, that's not that.
Yeah.
It's best to just tell them
what
this is all fake. So
because you're trying to get him to use his common sense, his logic, and his reasoning faculties to understand the story. He's not gonna do that. If he did that, he wouldn't be Christian.
All right, yeah. So
about all the supernatural testimonies people are using so much to
explain it to him.
Yes, you're trying to help him understand something. Yes,
black atheism.
All right. So let's get to this. All right. So Christian, hold on. Wait. Because we already heard you. We already heard that question. You were going to ask about all the supernatural testimonies.
Yeah,
we don't care. Okay, I know.
I get what you're saying.
It's real.
YouTube, for real, YouTube.
Yeah,
Christian. Let me ask you this question: why don't faith healers work in hospitals?
There has never been a case. There has never been a case.
It could happen. I heard many healings.
Because they are fake.
Worldwide, I heard
because they are fake. They are fake. There has never been a case. There's never been a case of Benny Hinn or any other faith healer going to St. Jude's Hospital and curing those kids of cancer. That has never happened.
Really?
I heard stories where people put holy water on
I know
their
you heard stories. They are fake. That never happened.
Why would they lie? It's like around here. Like even in Greece.
Really? Why would they lie?
There's holy water.
Are you serious?
Why would they lie? It's real.
Man, y'all leave this white man alone, man.
Yo, I don't know. Have you ever seen a commercial? There's literally, well, I don't know. There's not now, right? When I was growing up, there was a commercial of this white man, right? And he would be like, holy water, right? And if you pray, like, you would get like a holy water and like a prayer cloth or whatever else, right? And it'd be like $30 or whatever. And whatever you prayed on it, it would happen, right? And so they had, which is funny because they would have a bunch of black people coming up saying this, right? But whatever you prayed on it, this shit would happen. So you have a bunch of people coming up like, oh, you know, I ordered this shit online. The holy water, the praying cloth, and all that shit. And then they be like, they be like, I hit the lottery for like 20 million, or I was about to go in debt, and you know, I did this, and like, what? Y'all gotta be fucking. This shit was when I was like 14 and 15. This shit was when I was younger. Like when infomercials was out and shit. Like I'm 38, so that shit was when I was like younger. Like y'all gotta be fucking kidding me.
So Christian, this is what I was gonna say, because there's another issue with what you're saying, right? Because you're saying that there are people who do these supernatural encounters, etc., etc. However, there's also stories of supernatural encounters in other religions. For example, my grandmother practiced Haitian voodoo. She always told me about supernatural encounters with Papa Legba, with Urzuli, with Ogun.
My ancestors' religion.
And stuff. say those are just demons and they become Christian, like famous people on just look up their testimonies.
Yeah,
Richard,
I guess that makes sense.
something like that. Like they do
would
that
call
stuff.
them demons because Papa Legba and all them are going against white people. So
Well, Wizard Man, by your logic,
No, even the Greek gods were
Wizard
demons.
Man, by your logic, Yahweh's just
anyone who isn't Christian.
Hold on, everybody one at a time. Everybody one at a time. Hold on, chill. Y'all, because we've been going. Yeah, we haven't been going one at a time, y'all. Tarko, what was that?
I was just telling him by his logic, Yahweh's a demon.
No, Yahweh's the true God.
Yeah, Yahweh's a demon.
And
Yahweh's a Canaanite deity.
pretty bad to say. He is the true God.
How's that bad to say?
Pagans.
How was that bad to say?
He's a lesser god.
Guys, hold on. Wizard Man, why is Yahweh the ultimate creator of the universe and not Old
You
Dumare?
actually need to explain. You need to explain this.
Because that's just how it is.
No. You actually need to explain. You need to explain this. You need to explain this. Why is Yahweh the creator of the universe, even though he's a Canaanite war deity, and not
he's
Old
not. That's a
Dumare?
misconception.
It's not a misconception. We know it's not a misconception. It's not a misconception.
This is
It's historically fact.
So
No, they lied. They're just lying on their YouTube videos about Canada.
They're not. So Wizard Man, you do know that there's like scholars and historical scholars that go into the history of this.
Everybody's lying. Everybody's lying.
Man, look, y'all.
I'm
done with this dude.
Yeah, I can't do it anymore.
This nigga is stupid. Everybody in history is lying.
His homie
Let that white man be on his way, man.
Yeah, I can't do this anymore. His homie was in the chat. I invited her. She didn't want to come up. And this person is probably gonna be my last person. Cordoro Judah. Judah, you there?
Yeah, I never heard of Ola Dumare getting smacked around by Kamash.
Exactly. Hey, Judah, you there? Oh, he dropped.
He loves so. Because his friend left. He's like, oh shit, wait a minute. These black people. These black people.
When I see Judah, I automatically think Hebrew Israelite.
Yo,
that's what I'm thinking too. Judah, you there?
I don't know what's up with my connection, man. That junk just dropped.
Yeah. How old are you? How old are you?
Hey, what's up, man? I'm 38, man. Hey, how come why y'all on that man like that, man?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, because he was white. What is your religious indoctrination?
That's such a
it's just because he was white. What is your? I got you. I'm about to hand you over to Volsey. What is your religious indoctrination?
Oh, man.
What is your religious indoctrination?
My religion? I don't have one. I was Christian though.
Cool.
I was Christian. Yeah. But now I'm a self-professing Israelite.
Oh, great.
What the fuck?
No, hold up. No, Volsey, Miss Baker, Volsey about to get off. Let him go.
Yeah, that's gonna be my last one. So before I get off, all right.
This be fun. It'll be fun.
Yeah. All right. So Judah, black people are not from the Levant, especially us, the ones who descended from Western Africa and the slave trade. We're from Western Africa. We were nowhere near the Levant. It's thousands of kilometers away from us. We have our own history. Why would we accept some foreign history that we had nothing to do with, just to say that we're on the winning team? Why would we do that?
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say we're winning. I wouldn't look around and say that.
You said that we're losing.
I think we're losing.
Cool. That's all good and well. But
okay, cool. So you accept that we're you said that we're losing. All right, cool. That's all good and well. But why would you claim some other culture that was kilometers away from us when we have our own stories, our own mythologies, our own cultures for thousands of years before that?
Why are you professing to be an Israelite?
Well, I mean, stories and mythology are just that. Stories and mythology.
Right. So why are you professing to be an Israelite? That has nothing to do with us. Israelites have nothing to do with us.
Well, it does.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't, bro.
Go over there. I'm on the phone right now.
I don't understand. Like, why don't y'all pay attention to history? It's weird.
All good. All right, all good. So Judah, let me ask this clarifying question. You do sound that like you're from the United States of America, correct?
I am. Yeah.
All right, Southern United States, Northeast,
Tennessee,
Southern, Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas.
It's from Tennessee. I'm pretty sure your mom's pops.
I'm in Tennessee.
Descended from there.
Tennessee. All right, cool. So your people's is from Tennessee. I'm pretty sure your mom's pops, all of them descended from there as well, or they're from the north, from the Carolinas, because those areas tend to move around a lot. Your folks are descended from people who were enslaved by the Europeans, and I bet you if you're doing the DNA test right now, you'll find areas of Nigeria or Central Congo as your ancestry. So why would you claim Israelite?
Mm-hmm.
Jewish people trace their lineage back to the Levant. I knew DNA was a racket in the first place. But to go back to what you were saying.
Wait. No, you explain that to us. When you said the moment Jewish people traced their history to the Levant, you knew DNA was a racket.
Not their history.
What does that mean?
Not their history. They chase when they trace their genetic lineage.
Yeah, I understand.
Right.
Why does that mean it's a racket?
I was saying, though. That's all. But I knew.
Why does that mean it's a racket?
Well, because it brought them validity after the Balfour Declaration. It brought them validity.
What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, they wanted to occupy the land of Palestine, and it brought them validity.
But they don't. What?
To say that our DNA matched the bones that we find here in the soil, it brought them validity.
It wasn't DNA test that did that.
No, it wasn't. Let me ask you this.
They were already tracing their heritage back to Levant. Before DNA was even a thing, DNA didn't come around to the 80s.
The thing is, when it comes to DNA with them, and I'm going to say this, and I don't understand why y'all do this. Y'all, right? I don't understand why y'all do this, right?
Yeah.
DNA is not something that's it's not something that's made up, right? When you do a DNA test, right, it's showing you something. Like, even the fact that y'all don't want to do it, a lot of y'all Black Israelites don't want to do it because y'all know when y'all do it, it's going to trace y'all back to Africa. And that's going to literally crumble your foundation. No, hold on. It's going to
That's
crumble.
why it's banned in Israel.
Right. It's going to crumble your foundation because y'all don't want to see it. Y'all don't want to see that y'all are African. Right? But y'all literally just take this no, this is the white man science. Why would y'all do that? Da, 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 right? Let's do it like this, right? This entire DNA thing that they started, right? That they did. It was not for us. They didn't do it for us, right? They did it for other reasons, but we just happened to be caught in a May feather of it. Like, we the ones that's in it, right? If you look at it, right? Even when it comes to they're doing this because they want to hide something. They're doing this for this. You do understand a lot of reason why a lot of Black people have gotten out of jail is because of DNA, because of this DNA shit. You know that, right? Do you know that? Or you don't know that? A lot of the reasons why a lot of Black men earlier, before DNA came into play, have been able to be exonerated is because of DNA
tests.
Do you know that?
Yeah.
This is how a lot of Black men have been able to get out of jail. Like, if you look at it, when DNA came into play, a lot of Black men have been able to use DNA to prove that their DNA was not at a scene of a crime. Their DNA was not relevant. They wasn't there. And this is why a lot of Black men have been able to overturn their cases because of DNA. So when y'all say this is a white man's tool, Black men have been able to use this tool to get out of jail because of DNA.
When we literally use it.
Right. So when you say that this is all a racket, what exactly do you mean by that when we've literally used it to prove our innocence multiple times?
Literally. We're able to use it.
I don't want to say nothing too contrary to what y'all believe. I mean,
it's not belief. That's the truth.
I agree. It's not belief. What you're saying is true. Yeah, it's anecdotally true. I agree with that.
It's not anecdotally. It's literally. It's not anecdotal. See, when you say anecdotal, no, hold on. Stop. Because when you do that,
you're minimizing the effects of it. When you're saying anecdotally true, that's minimizing the effects of it. It's not anecdotal, right? What happened is that we know a lot of black men have been locked up for crimes that they have not committed, right? And then when this DNA shit got into play, a lot of black men have used that to prove that they were not the ones that committed certain crimes. And so we know for the Central Five was all because of this DNA shit that y'all are saying is the white man science. This is the reason why the Central Park Five was let out of jail, because DNA proved that they was not ever at the scene.
Right. So it's not anecdotally true. This is objectively true.
So
this is objective. This is fact. This is science.
Right. So this is what we ask when you say DNA is a racket. What exactly do you mean? Because we've proven black people have been shown to use this science in order to prove our innocence, and it's still 53% of all exonerations are black men. And guess what they use? DNA.
53% of black men are let out of jail and released of their, not even let out of jail, but are found to not be committed of the crime. 53% of the DNA evidence that y'all keep saying, black people don't do DNA. Black people stop doing DNA. Black people don't do this because this is the white man science. But this is literally what is releasing black men in jail.
Let's give him a chance to respond.
That has been in jail for 20, 10, 30 years.
Let's give him a chance to respond. Right. Let's give him a chance to respond. Go ahead, Judah.
Hey, I'm gonna be real. I was just sitting there thinking, why is it then that when we have our own space, we still can't have conversations? When I saw how y'all was dealing with the white boy, I just assumed it was just you guys kind of unifying against him. But I came here just to have a conversation, and I see now that when I say something contrary-wise, I get cut off.
Don't do that, bro. Come on now.
No, listen. Not really. It does. It motivates me not to speak against you, because either I'll get muted and I have to listen to someone else's diatribe, and if I go against that, I'll just get muted.
Don't do that.
Okay,
I'll tell you what, Judah. That was my fault, because I jumped in and between you and Volsi. So I'll let it be between you and Volsi. So you and Volsi talk.
I don't want to disturb y'all, man.
Judah, it's good. Me and you will talk for the next about 10 minutes, all right? And then I got to get off for real. All right, so you and me will talk about the next 10 minutes. So from what I pointed out, hold on, wait. So from what it's cool. Okay, so let's go back to what I was saying. What I was saying is that you should claim to be Israelite because it has nothing to do with our history. Our history has nothing to do with the Levant, nothing to do with these people. We should reclaim our African history. That's what we should reclaim. Why do you think we should claim Israelite instead?
Go ahead. Tell me.
Should I?
No, go ahead.
Yes, because all evidence points to us descending from Western and Central Africa. Not just our skin color, but even the way that we talk, even our fashion, all that descends from Central and Western and Central Africa.
Right. Well, but so I have a friend that lives in Nigeria. Well, actually, I'm sorry, I have two friends, but one of them is currently in Uganda. But he's from and lived in Nigeria, and I have one sister who's still in Nigeria to this day. And a really important facet of their culturalistic way of life is that many of the people. many of the community's elders. And a lot of the people who were attending this ceremony or orchestrating it had Hebrew derivative names, you know. And then when they were, you know, asked about, you know, oh, well, you know, where'd this name come from? Oh, it was passed down. Why you do circumcision? Oh, it was passed down. Why'd you name the child like this? Why'd you do it on the 8th day? And oh, it was passed down. It was passed down, right? And they don't claim any biblical.
Jews, right?
Yeah. So Judah. We do know that they are Igbo Jews, right? They are Igbo Jewish people. We know about that, right? But what I'm talking about, hold on. You're talking about like Yoruba Jews?
Yeah, they're Yoruba Jews.
They are Yoruba Jews as well. Yeah, exactly. There are Igbo Jews. There are Yoruba Jews. We know that. We're not sure how that religion got to that area. We're still not sure. But what I'm saying is that hold on. Wait. Let me finish. I can't let you go for 5. So yeah, sure. There are Igbo Jews. There are Yoruba Jews. All that happened. However it got to the continent, however it got to that part of Africa is however it got there, right? That does not mean that all of us now, the ones who descended from the Atlantic slave trade, are now Israelite. It doesn't mean that. All that means is that however it got to that area, they converted. That's all it means. It doesn't mean that we're not Israelites.
Yeah, it does, because
but by the same connotation doesn't mean we're not.
Yeah, it does, because the DNA in the language is not the same.
The Yoruba language is not Hebrew. The Igbo
language is
not Hebrew.
Bro, the Yoruba language is not Hebrew. The Yoruba language is not Hebrew. The Igbo language is not Hebrew.
Well,
none of that is Hebrew.
Yes, there is. About this, there's no literal Hebrew language. You know, Hebrew.
Yes, there is.
Let me finish. The Hebrew language is taking on many different variations. When it was in Asia, it took on when it was in the Mediterranean area, it took on a different. Around the Black Sea, it took on a different form. In Assyria, it took on a different form.
Let me ask you, do you care? Like, let me ask you this. Do you honestly care about it, or are you just saying shit? Like, do you really care about having the information or not?
Right. So, yeah, I do, but I'm just trying to share what I understand, right?
All right, right. No, I'm asking you this question because I want to know if I could give you the information, right? I could show you the information, right? It's going to be too much to give it to you right now, and this, right now here, it's going to be too much. It's a lot of information. Are you actually willing to learn, or are you just going to? Are you stuck where you at?
Are you?
Because honestly, and I'm telling you this because if you just stuck where you at, then me trying to give you the information or me trying to show you where you could find it or anything else is going to be a waste of my time. So if I'm going to waste my time, I don't need to do it.
Well, I'm saying, are you asking, am I being dogmatic?
No, it's not dogmatic.
I'm not being dogmatic. I'm open to receiving whatever information you have.
All right, so Judah, if you're open to receiving information you have to know what you just said earlier, that Hebrew is not a set language, is not an actual like language. That's incorrect. Like we've known about Hebrew for thousands of years now. The ancient scrolls were written in Hebrew, so like this has always been taken. Now, when you say that, when Hebrew moves around, it becomes derivative. Yeah, sure, there are derivatives around, but to say that Hebrew is not a language in of itself is just wrong.
No, but what I mean by that is that it's not as if it existed in a closed system, right? It started as one thing.
Right, but Judah, hold on. I'm just going to interrupt you right there. No language works that way. Every single language is not a set system. So this kind of holds go down is pointless. We do know that yes, there are Igbo Jews and Yoruba Jews, and we're not sure how they received that religion. However, they did receive it is that they were likely just converts, right? And if they're converts, that does not make us Israelites. But the claim that you're having is that, number one, you are what we said before. We can't treat Western Africa as just one entity. That is true because all of us went through an ethnogenesis. Haitians are our new ethnicity. Like you see, I'm Haitian. My wife is Jamaican. That's a new ethnicity. African Americans are our new ethnicity. We all went through ethnogenesis because we are an amalgamation of several different tribes. If I were to go over to Nigeria right now, they wouldn't be able to tell if I was Igbo or Yoruba because I have blood from both those tribes. Same thing with you and same thing with everyone else on the stage. They wouldn't be able to tell which one we are because of that we got amalgamated from different tribes. So it's not all one thing. But to now claim that because we got amalgamated and some Igbos and some Yorubas were Jewish, that makes us Israelite is ridiculous.
I didn't say that. I didn't say. What I said was it doesn't mean that we're not. You said that these people are possibly converts, and you said that doesn't mean that we are. And I said, well, it doesn't mean that we're not. I didn't say that because I didn't say that because of that, therefore we are. I didn't make that claim. That's not my claim at all.
We are likely not because the DNA is not there. There's no archaeological evidence that the tribe moved from Levant all the way into Western Africa. There's just no evidence of that.
Do we have?
There's a lot of evidence. I tell you what, you
like
know
what? Do we have pottery? Do we have genetic drift? Do we have a linguistic thing? Because the Igbo language is one of the most oldest languages in the world. It predates Hebrew. So how would that show?
I think where it started for me was in 2014 when I first saw the what do you call it, man? The registry for some of the ships that were bound from the west coast of Africa to like Virginia, and I saw some of the names on there. I think that opened up a whole can of worms for me because those names they didn't mean anything to me until I spoke to my grandmother, and then I got pointed into the direction of some pretty weird people. It was GMS. It was GMS. The Great Millstone Church. They were Israelites. They were kind of brutish, man. They were profane.
But the only thing that I'm asking for is there any evidence to show migration patterns, genetic drift, linguistic changes from? Hold on. Is there any type of thing like that to show any type of migration from the Levant into Western Africa? Because we have such a thing for going into Europe. We have the language shifting as it moves into Europe. We have migration patterns into Europe, which is why most of the Jewish people who live in Israel today look white because they all mixed in with the white folks over there, right? So we have that, but we don't have that for going into Africa. So that's what I'm asking for. Do we have any migration patterns from the Levant into Africa?
You ever watched the documentary of Patterns of Evidence?
No. Does it show any
evidence? You ever watched
of
the documentary A Pattern of Evidence?
No. Does it show any evidence of migration patterns from the Levant into Africa and genetic drift and linguistic changes?
Well, listen. Slow down. The documentary is all about that and about how archaeologists have been systematically misappropriating timelines, not only in Egypt but in Mesopotamia, and misappropriating labels to obscure the migration patterns.
That sounds like conspiracy shit, bro.
No, it's not conspiracy. The documentary is well known. I don't know how you've never seen it or heard of it, but it's well known. It's highly circulated.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, there was a basketball player that got in trouble.
I know exactly what you're talking about now. Yeah, now I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, I got you.
The Kyrie Irving?
Yeah, Kyrie Irving, yeah. And now I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, that
was a conspiracy, bro.
No, that's conspiracy shit. No, I know exactly what you're talking about now. Judah, I know exactly what you're talking about now. That's conspiracy shit. None of what they said in the DVD was actually proven.
To finish, man. The book is not what I'm talking about. The book was adjacent to the documentary. They're not even from the same person. The book is written by a completely separate man, Ronald Dalton, and the documentary was done by a white man who's a screenwriter who was originally trying to debunk his wife, Christian faith. That's what his objective was. I wanted to debunk her faith.
So Judah, I was actually talking about that too. There was no evidence in that documentary. It's all conspiracy shit. Because think about what you're saying. The field of archaeology is huge, right? There are at least 20 to 30,000 archaeologists. In order for what you said to be true, you would have to get 30,000 people to simply lie about this entire thing, and you're not gonna be able to do that. Someone's gonna spill the beans, bro.
I don't know if I would want to use the size of a conspiracy for a reason not to believe it occurred.
That you have to. The reason why you have to do that is because the bigger a conspiracy gets, the harder it's gonna be to control. Because this is why Christianity has so many denominations. Because the bigger the organization is, the more people splinter off. If what you were saying was true, then these 30,000 people will have to be committed to a lie. And you cannot get 30,000 people to commit to a lie. Someone's going to slip up, someone's going to branch off, someone's going to get something wrong. You cannot, it's impossible to get 30,000 people to commit to a single lie. That's not possible.
Volsy, do you know what compartmentalization is?
Yeah, I know what that is. What about it?
Compartmentalization is when you put things into
just briefly, very simply. Just explain what compartmentalization is.
Compartmentalization is when you put things into certain pieces, like there's one piece here, one piece there, one piece here, one piece there. Just as an overall.
I agree. As overall, that's a great general overview. As a matter of fact, compartmentalization makes things very simple. Everybody doesn't have to be aware of the overarching lie. Some people may be aware of the years. Some people may be aware of artifacts. Some people may be aware of migration patterns. Some people may be aware of mother and father tongue derivative. Not everybody has to be aware of the overarching lie, right? We've seen this before, right? There are still secrets we don't know of right now that I guarantee you countries know of. Conspiracies between countries to commit regime change and genocide. You know, the whole thing that happened in Cambodia didn't happen in a microcosm. They found out that Europe and France was working with the leader of Cambodia, Pol Pot, you know, to do these things. So I understand what you're saying about 30,000 people trying to keep one secret, but that kind of, you know, it's almost like you're not really. It's not realistic. Everybody doesn't know, in full what it is that they're obscuring. It's not like that.
All right, but
the problem that you're going to have here is that, just like how you said, some people are aware of timelines, some people are aware of artifacts, some people are aware of this linguistic issue, etc., etc. All these people still communicate with each other. So if one person had a timeline,
linguistic issue, etc., etc. All these people still communicate with each other. So if one person had a timeline, but another person had an artifact, and those two things don't match up because they have to cite each other, they're going to speak to each other and ask each other, why aren't these two things matching up? That's how it works in academia. Yeah, sure, there are some archaeologists who are more versed in linguistics than they are in artifacts. But linguistics is going to lead to an artifact. An artifact is going to lead to something in DNA. DNA is going to lead to something else, to migration patterns. It's going to lead to those things, and they need to cite each other if they're going to put that information out. If something doesn't match up, they're going to call each other and ask each other, I need clarification on what's going on. And again, that means that all these people are just going to be lying.
Of the documentary, one of the interactions I saw in the documentary. So the filmmaker was speaking to one of the field's archaeologists, and they were digging up bones. He went to an actual active dig. And, they dug up the bones and they found the Israelite artifacts in a grave with a man. And the man was in the grave with the skeleton of a sheep. He was buried with this sheep and a couple of artifacts and some scraps of clothing. And, the filmmaker took note that that these bones, that they matched, the skeleton, or more specifically the skull, had Negroid features to it, right? And so when he asked the archaeologist about it, he said, well, these are Afro-Asiatics. And the filmmaker, his rebuttal was, but these are Israelite skeletons, correct? He said, no, they're Afro-Asiatics. He said, well, but isn't that Israelite? He said, no, these are Afro-Asiatics. They came from the East, and they came to Egypt at so-and-so time, at so-and-so date, according to the standardized Egyptian timeline. He said, yeah, but that isn't synchronized with the Assyrian timeline. He said, yeah, but we've labeled them as Afro-Asiatic before, and we're going to continue to do that in the future. So, yeah. So the archaeologist said, hey, it's Afro-Asiatic. The filmmaker challenged his statement about it being Afro-Asiatic. Of course, in the end, in the documentary, there were other archaeologists who supported what he said. Yeah, these are Afro-Asiatic skeletons. Now, before that interaction, that conversation on that documentary, I never heard that term before. Maybe it existed. I just never heard the term. Afro-Asiatic before, but according to what they were explaining in the documentary, it's a well-known ethnic term, and it just denotes, a people from, eastward near Mesopotamia, and for some reason they migrated around the time of the what was it called?
All
The
right.
people who they
Judah,
called the
I need
Shepherd
you
Kings.
to do one thing.
I can't remember the name of the people. They call them the Shepherd.
And type in Afro-Asiatic, and you will
All right,
find
Judah, I
exactly
need you
what,
to do one
what they're
thing.
saying in
I want you to hop on Google and type in
Afro-Asiatic
Afro-Asiatic,
people are
and you will
largely from the Horn
find
of Africa.
exactly what they're saying in that presentation.
So yeah,
Afro-Asiatic people are largely from the Horn of Africa.
Afro-Asiatic people.
All right, they're largely from the Horn of Africa. So yeah, those people migrate around a lot. So yes, they're going to find Afro-Asiatic people in around the Israelite area because they all migrated over there. They were migrating a lot. They migrated back and forth. This does not show that Israelite people marched from the Levant all the way into Western Africa. Does not show that at all. I have to get out of here, guys, because I've been up here for a very long time. It's 11 o'clock already, and wifey's going to be mad at me. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, y'all. All right. You too, bro. You too. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. All right, peace, y'all. But I appreciate y'all. Before I get out of here, I just got to go ahead and say a few more things. Please subscribe to my YouTube. Please follow me on TikTok. I go live Thursday through Sunday. Sunday is here with B.A.A.S.H. This month is going to be my religion month. Next month, I'm talking politics, reparations, universal health care, guaranteed housing, leftist politics is all what I'm about. So next month, that's what I'm going to be on. Please come to the Black Atheist Skeptics and Humanists Cookout, going down in Central Florida next year. Every single month from January up until the cookout date, I will be going live, giving more information. The RSVP will go up in December. The t-shirts will be available in January. And other than that, subscribe to me on YouTube. I appreciate you all. Shout out to everybody who's watching me on YouTube. Shout out to Arthur Bluth and Sue Denham. You guys are wonderful. I see y'all are live on both of my channels. You guys are amazing on the Black Atheist Coalition and on Volsy Thoughts. I appreciate that. And I am going to get out of here, y'all. I love y'all. Peace out.